And good afternoon and welcome into Cross Plains, Tennessee. Game number 9 for the Rockets, as it will be the Indians of East Robertson, the opponent tonight. Troy Cashin, Ricky Sweeney, Noble Mays, Peter Wilson, and Gabe Hall, bringing you all of the action here tonight, as this will be a stern test. The Rockets coming off a really heartbreaking loss against Richland. They battled through a lot of adversity. Guys stepped up and played well who had not been in the lineup before. Offensive line played great, had a ton of injuries, gave themselves a chance to win, but came up just short on a failed two-point conversion as time expired. Ricky, tonight they've got to get back up for an East Robertson team that is 7-1 and ranked number 5 in the state.
Yeah, it's going to be a tall task for them, and it was great to see the young guys step up that hadn't been playing and got some playing time and did, like you said, did a great job and almost pulled out the victory at the end there.
Yeah, and that was the thing. You come out, and I think if you had asked any of us with all the injuries that abounded, if you would be able to put up 41 points, I think everybody would have pretty much said no. But to be able to do that was a big bright spot. At the end, of course, you're still disappointed because you gave yourselves a chance to win but just couldn't quite get over the top.
They did, and you expect maybe a few more penalties with some young guys and not taking as many snaps as the starters had, but that was not the case. Just very few mistakes last week, not many penalties at all.
One of the things that the Rockets came out and, of course, had to do, mix it up a little bit. It was nice. They came out in the polecat.
Oh, boy.
They did some things that really made Richland have to pay attention, and Coach Stevenson, in talking with him this week, said, hey, we wanted them to burn a timeout right there, mission accomplished. He said maybe we went to the well one time too many, but it was just something that we felt like we needed to do to kind of get off to a good start.
And it was a good start, and he did make them use a timeout there and had them on the ropes there right on the first drive, and love seeing stuff like that.
Yeah, and he said, as we'll hear a little bit later, nothing going to be left in the bag here these last couple of games.
Yeah, there's one play we haven't seen. I don't know if we've seen it all year, is the halfback pass. And this is game 9.
You know what? We haven't.
I don't think we've seen it.
I think you're correct there, sir, as no telling what we are liable to see here this evening. As, you know, again, losing that one last week, we talked about playoff chances. You know, you're still, Ricky, at this point in the hunt, but barely. Yeah,
it takes a lot of things to happen, or at least a couple of things. So we've got to win next week against number 1 Mount Pleasant, number 1 in our region, Mount Pleasant. And then I think Summertown's got to beat somebody, and whoever Summertown has to beat.
Oh, Cascade.
That's going to be a tall task as well.
Yeah.
Could happen.
Could happen. Tonight, of course, and I think one of the things, too, a lot of guys are out for the year. You want to see how these young guys respond. It's an open audition, basically, for the rest of the year, and you want to see how these guys will handle being under the lights. I think we saw last week that Jackson Wynn and Drew Glover handled the lights very well.
I think they did, and something to build forward toward next year. And those guys they will have something to play for, a spot for next year on the starting on the team. You
know, and you're not used to being in those kind of circumstances if you're the Rockets. You're used to getting ready for the playoffs rather than trying to find out who can help you next year. But, you know, it is what it is at this point. You want to try to make the best of it. You do still have a slim shot, but I think the big thing is you want to finish strong.
Yeah, you want to play good. You don't want to embarrass yourself, and we certainly did not do that last week. I was, again, really pleased with the guys' efforts, and we loved the way it turned out. Even though we lost the game, we loved the way they learned their spot on the field.
Most definitely. We'll see if they can muster that kind of effort here tonight against the Indians.
Hometown banking. It's having your decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take the time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits while still being able to talk to a living, breathing human. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
And welcome back on our TC Sports 1 pregame show as Ricky having a little conversation with the fans outside. We're kind of a low vantage point tonight, so I was asking the gentleman in front of me if he would kind of watch. I know he's going to get up and cheer. He said, "No." He said, "Man, I'm good." He said, "I don't get up and cheer. You got the best person in front of you could ever have." So things are working out.
Very cooperative, and he's a pretty nice sized guy too. I'm glad he's very helpful there for us.
Yes. You notice we did say please.
We did.
And sir. But as the temperatures are going to get a little colder here tonight, it is definitely that nip in the air with some football weather tonight.
And talking with the PA announcer over here that who has welcomed us very nicely, we appreciate all that. Said the coach has had some success at other schools, so the East Robertson coach has evidently done a good job and just done very well in that. And we look forward to a good game from him, and he's very pleasant. We had a small conversation with him earlier as we were setting up here, and wish them luck as well. They're going to have a great they've already won their region, so they're setting pretty good.
Yeah, they took care of that last week, of course, with a big win over Westmoreland. And Coach Chase Brooks, in his first season, has done a great job here. And as you said, Ricky, he's made a few stops. He's assisted at Beach, Gallatin, Mount Juliet, Portland, Riverdale, and Smyrna. Those teams have combined for 50 playoff appearances and a state championship since 2012. So he's been a part of a lot of winning.
Nice.
Before he takes the reins here, and they've done nothing but win for him. 7-1, and they've talked about just what the difference was. Players came in, there was an expectation, we're going to come in, we're going to work, we're going to put our nose to the grindstone, get the job done, and they've done that thus far. Yeah,
you want to look for somebody successful to lead your program, and they found one here in the coach, and these fans are going to be lively here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. They are going to be in full throat as they're getting set for the playoffs.
They are.
Haven't won I believe, a region championship. I'll have to check my stats here. I think it was 2006 is the last time they won a region. First time, let's see, the top seed in their first title since 2005. Last week it was Westmoreland, who they were playing, hadn't won since 2006. So two teams that had a dry spell. It was East Robertson who came out on top in that matchup. And East Robertson, Ricky, has kind of rolled along. Let's take a break. We'll take a little more in-depth look at the Indians when we return.
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
And welcome back here to Cross Plains, Tennessee, East Robertson High School. Game number 9 for the Rockets, as it is the Indians of East Robertson High School, the opponent here tonight. And Ricky, the series, Forrest actually leads the all-time series 5-3. Forrest has scored 193 points in their 5 wins. Well, in the series, and East Robertson has scored 130 points. The series history last year, the Rockets had their biggest probably letdown of the season. There were 2 games that the Rockets really felt like they kind of let get away. Cornersville early in the year, and then, of course, East Robertson late in Game 9. They had kind of locked up the region. Maybe came out a little flat. East Robertson beat them in Chapel Hill last year 21-17. Year before in 2020, it was 10-0 Rockets. In 2019, and that's the game that I am going to forever remember. Opening game of the season, Taylor Groves, the Ole Miss commit, he was a sophomore, I believe, then, went up to intercept a pass, and Blaze Sweeney promptly dumped him on his backside on the turf as he went up to try to grab that pass. Sweeney played defender. Taylor Groves never the same after that.
Yeah, I remember that. That play was a big play, and that team was noted for making big plays, one right after the other.
And that set the tempo for the game. Rockets won it 40-15. In 2016, Rockets won 35-0. Then in 2015, they won 56-26. In 2006, they won 28-20. Then East Robertson in 2005, they beat the Rockets 41-7 and beat them in the first round of the playoffs 7-0 back in 1998. So that is your series history coming in to tonight. And Ricky, these teams headed in different directions. Rockets at 3-5, Indians at 7-1, and you look at them coming in, 33 points in their opener, but they ended up losing their only game of the season in their season opener against Macon County, 43-33. After that, they ripped off 7 in a row, 41-19 over White House Heritage. It was 24-6 over Trousdale County, 55-14 over Cheatham County. Harpeth at the time was undefeated. East Robertson walloped them 42-0, 41-0 over Joe Burns, 12-6 over Watertown, and then last week, of course, for the region championship, they beat Westmoreland 29-7. They are averaging 34.6 points per game. They are giving up just under 12.
I like the Watertown team that they played. Watertown, I think they're a pretty good team, Troy. So you beat Watertown, you beat a good team.
Yeah, they have, and
don't have Watertown's record, but
yeah, they're usually year in and year out. They're a very competitive team, no matter what the record is. Rockets at 3-5. They of course started out the season 2-0, ranked number 2 after the first 2 weeks. They beat Eagleville 55-24, followed that up with a 23-6 win over Cornersville. From there, they lost to Loretto 44-28, to Moore County 46-21. Got back on the winning track by beating Summertown 17-9. Lost a heartbreaker to Marion County 42-35. Lost to Cascade 49-0, and last week in the shootout lost to Richland 42-41. They come in averaging 27.5 points per game, but they're giving up almost 33.
Yeah, the defense and the tackling problems that we've had all year has caused that, Troy, and we got to tackle better. We've been saying that all year. Like we sound like a broken record, I know, but that is the problem.
That's the thing that's driving the coaching staff crazy is, you say, hey, you got to get in position, you got to wrap up. Those are the things we just haven't done this year, and a group that's been very unaccustomed to fan base to what they're seeing. You're always used to the Rockets being so fundamentally sound, but this year the tackling, as you said, has been the thing that's been the Achilles heel.
Yeah, even last week we played pretty well, but still, it used to be like 2 or 3 guys would go after the ball carrier really, really hard, real intense. Not as intense this year as years past.
A lot of speed for this East Robertson group. They're going to have to wrap up tonight if they ever do. Let's take another break. We'll be back here with more pregame.
Amigo's Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigo's Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital serves the veterinary needs of Marshall County. They've grown to a 4-doctor practice specializing in small animal medicine. They offer advanced medicine, surgery, and nursing care in a personal and relaxed environment with the utmost compassion for their patients. For your pet's grooming and boarding needs, Maggie Roo Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital. Call 931-359-5945 to schedule an appointment for your pet.
And welcome back. It's senior night in Cross Plains tonight for the East Robertson Indians. Final home game of the year for East Robertson during the regular season. And they, of course, on the road next week against Whites Creek. Forrest, First of back-to-back on the road to end up the season. It will be top-ranked region foe Mount Pleasant on the road to finish it up for the regular season next week.
Yeah, Mount Pleasant has had a great season, number one in our region, and that's going to be a tough game. All our games after we've won those first two openers have been tough, and the Rockets could happen. It could happen. I remember a Blanche team back in the late 60s came to Chapel Hill. We were 33-point favorites. We lost that game, I think, 8-7.
You know, a lot of this is kind of like homecoming. There's a lot of emotion that goes around this. You just came off a region championship, your first since 05. If you're East Robertson, maybe there's a natural tendency to have a little letdown here.
Yeah, and with something not your focus is right here on football, but then you got, like you say, this stuff going on around us. So anything could happen with young kids.
Yeah, and that's, of course, what the Rockets are hoping for. They're hoping to be prepared, come in here, and hopefully spring the upset.
Yes, sir. And next week, the Rockets end the season, as you said, Troy, in Mount Pleasant, who's going to be a great a team for the Rockets to end the season with.
Well, we got a chance to catch up with Coach Eli Stevenson. Here's his thoughts about tonight's contest.
Coach, short week, different preparation, but you had to be really pleased with the effort. So many injuries that you had on Friday night coming in, you had to be pleased with the effort and the intensity that you played with.
Yes, sir. The kids, they came out. The effort was there. They played their tails off from the first whistle to the last whistle, and they just kept battling. They kept battling. And when we faced adversity, they answered the call, and they didn't back down from it. The week before, we backed down from a little adversity. This week, they stepped up and they kept fighting. And our kids, we have the next man up mentality, and that's what we had to go with. And some young kids came in. They got their number called, and they played well. Jackson Wynn played left tackle for us, and Drew Glover played center, their first start, and they played well for us. And I couldn't be more pleased by the effort of the whole team last Friday night.
Coach, and you touched on it. You had a lot of new faces up front, but thought those guys really, as you said, played well, made some good blocks both sides of the field. And as we talked about a little earlier, really made you balanced for the night.
Yes, they did. I knew I had to balance up a little bit. We like to run left, and our left side of the line, we were banged up. And we had some young guys. I knew I couldn't keep running left all game, and ran right behind Mikey Stoddard and Luke Allen, and they did a tremendous job on their side of moving the line of scrimmage. Mikey's been playing well all year. He's been battling, and he's turned into a good football player.
Coach, even in your wildest dreams, with all the injuries that you had, especially up front, did you think about scoring 41?
No, sir. I don't think about scoring 41 anytime, really. I just want to move the ball, get first downs when we get down in the red zone, put the ball in. And our kids did that Friday night. They played well, and they fought from the first whistle, last whistle. And I think some of our young guys, they grew up a lot during that game, and that's good for the future of the program.
You come in against an East Robertson team on a short week. East Robertson 7-1 on the season, and right now, you guys kind of flying under the radar. Really feel like all the pressure right now is squarely on East Robertson. I think probably they wrapped up a region championship last week. Do you really feel like you're getting them at a good time?
We're the underdogs, and I think we play better when we're underdogs. No pressure on us. Just go out there and play our game. There's no pressure on us. And our kids, I think they'll be ready to play. I know they'll be ready to play because we've had a good week of practice, and we just got to take what we did at practice to the game field on Friday.
Coach, polecat to start out with. That was definitely something different. Any more tricks in the bag we might see this week?
We have nothing to lose, so we'll see. But polecat, the main goal was wanting to get them to use a timeout early on, and we accomplished that. We went on with it in the second half a little bit. We might have went one play too long in it, but it got them thinking, and they didn't line up right, and we was able to get some positive yards off the plays.
Coach, I know you had to be happy because in this point, you know, you have a game where you do have a ton of injuries. You got some guys filling in, but it was still an important game for you as far as keeping yourself in the region hunt. And for them to come out and play the way they did, I thought the fire and the passion that you talked about was there on Friday night.
It was. It was. They played with heart. I think this is the game they played with the most heart in. They knew what was at stake, and they came out and they played. We just came up a little bit short, and nothing against. They left it all out there, and that's all I could ask for them. When we went out there, I just asked for them to go out there and leave it all on the line, and they left everything out on the field that night. And we just got to do it this week too.
Coach, still, even after that, got a shot. It's a slim one, but got a shot.
Yes, there's a shot. We got to win. We'd like to win the next 2 games, and we need a little help.
Got to be Summertown fans.
Summertown fans, and we just got to take care of what we can. We don't control us, so we got to go out and we got to win the ball games, and we got to be big Summertown fans too.
Coach, hey, as always, thanks a lot. Best of luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And Coach Stevenson graciously taking his time out during the week as we get set for this matchup here tonight. Ricky, Rockets in real danger, of course, after the loss last week. First time that they may miss the playoffs since 2008.
Yeah, it's not something that I know they had expected to do, but it's a very real possibility, and they'll just have to play really hard tonight. These guys up here, they're going to come out playing hard. Again, they've got a lot of extra things going on last senior night and everything up here, but the Rockets are going to have to put forth a great effort tonight because this team is absolutely a great team.
I think the thing that you look at, too, is you want to make sure that in that locker room you've got the guys that are going to, no matter what the outcome is, push for excellence. Mm-hmm. Whether you make the playoffs or you don't, you still say, hey, we go out, we put that jersey on, we give it 100% effort.
Yeah, I love to see the guys when they do exactly what you said, Troy. And I've seen several occasions where the Rockets really, when it has to be done, the big play needs to be made, we come up with them every now and then. So that's really a good point.
And I was very proud of the effort. That's the one thing last week that I was really proud of. You saw guys going up and down the sideline. The things in that Cascade game that we pointed back to that we didn't see, we saw against Richland.
It was a complete turnaround. It absolutely was, and it was great to see it. A couple of guys flying around, making tackles, hitting keep knocking them out of bounds to keep them from going down the sidelines a couple of times. Good effort several times, yes.
And that's the kind of effort it's going to take tonight. As we said, they have tremendous backs. Prince, Groves, those guys, lots of speed, elusiveness. It's going to be a challenge here tonight.
I don't know how much passing the quarterback Cook's going to do tonight, but we need, if he does turn out to be a good passer, and he probably is, need to put a little pressure on him. Can't let the receivers get behind us with that speed, and it's going to be difficult.
Another one of those seniors, Carson Craig, tight end, maybe one of his favorite targets. The quarterback, Colin Cook, tonight. So you may look for that combination. Definitely East Robertson, as we've said, they can put the points on the board. We'll find out whether the Rockets can slow down the Indians here in just a few minutes.
Know that with Apex Banking Online, you can access your accounts, pay bills, and send money to friends and family anytime. Our online banking feature gives you the advantage of secure banking right from anywhere. With our mobile app and online services, banking has never been more convenient. We're here to serve you wherever you go. Visit us in Chapel Hill or call 931-246-7105. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditioning. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway.
And welcome back as the senior night festivities continue here in Cross Plains. We get set for the 7-1 East Robertson Indians and the 3-5 Forrest Rockets here on TC Sports 1. Ricky, East Robertson, a renaissance for them. They've been down for quite a while, but they've got a last name, Groves. We'll remember it from Carlos Groves with basketball years ago. Wayne Cook, a lot of those guys that carried the torch for East Robertson. They had suffered through some lean years, but they got a lot of that last name Groves. 5 on this roster, and they are helping to revitalize this program. And Ricky, you think it's harder to get back and get yourself back toward the top again, or is it harder to stay there?
I think it's harder to stay there. I'm just going to say that. As you pointed out that, and I'm going to give you an answer. I think it's hard to stay there because there's always that chance that somebody's looking to knock you off, and they've seen films, and they can prepare. And if you don't prepare as well as they do, then that could happen. I just think it's hard to stay there.
The Rockets have always been used to getting everyone's best shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they come gunning for us. They do.
Now, many times, and I'll use East Robertson as an example, a couple of years ago it was a 10-0 game. Last year, they did get over the hump and beat the Rockets 21-17. Rockets didn't particularly play well, but you have to have that signature win. They came out this year early on after that loss to Macon, really built a lot of confidence, rolled up Harpeth, of course, took care of Westmoreland last week. They are playing with a ton of confidence coming in here tonight.
Yeah, and when you get used to winning, that's a different animal right there. It's something great to have in your bag of tricks, and winning is contagious. And these guys have got a good-looking bunch of seniors on their team here tonight as they're being introduced here to the home crowd, and winning is contagious.
Yeah, winning is contagious, and they definitely have caught the fever here in Cross Plains. 7-1 are the Indians, and rolling along, they are looking to make the Rockets victim number 8 tonight. Let's take another break. We'll be back with more pregame here on TC Sports 1.
You can't have it all. At Brooks Grocery, they've got farm fresh fruits and vegetables, a deli with a selection of freshly prepared favorites, Brooks specialties like Ava's pimento cheese and Adam's chicken salad, freshly made pies, cakes, and desserts. And who could possibly forget the best meat department you'll find anywhere? Great selection, online ordering, and friendly customer service. Brooks Grocery, the place you'll find your next favorite food.
Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal is to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
It will be a size and speed matchup as you see Mr. Prince walking off the field, number 5. He is quite an athlete. He will be probably in the running. A lot of folks will say he'll be one of the guys that they think might get some consideration for a Mr. Football nod.
These guys are they've got great builds about them. There's not an ounce of fat on them, doesn't look like. And the legs and the strength, the speed that they've got, yeah, they're going to be hard to keep up with tonight.
Ricky, let's change gears for just a minute. Information coming out from the TSSAA this week. Get to kind of look ahead. Classification-wise, the classes now are set. For the Rockets, it looks as though their region is going to only change by Richland leaving. Richland, their enrollment went down enough. I think they were just under the 375 threshold, so they can go back to single A. Now, Fayetteville City went above the 375. They'll have to move up to double A. So you would think the easy thing to do would be to plug Fayetteville City into this region when Richland leaves. Because of the numbers out in West Tennessee, there are some more double A schools out there. You got a few schools now in that Chattanooga area, the new school, Eagleton, some of those. You don't know necessarily how everything is going to shake down. Cannon County moves from 3 down to 2. So you don't know how everybody's going to shake out. For us, it would be much better if it was just that one easy fix.
Yeah, because we used to play Fayetteville. I think I remember playing them before. So that would be an easy fix.
You know,
we're going to go back to being with Cornersville again.
Yeah, you know, and here's the thing: you get a chance to go up or down. Forrest was 11 under the cut for 3A. Cascade was the cut. They were the last team that got to stay 2A. So next time you think about the champions are probably going to go up to 3A, more than likely the Rockets are going to follow them.
Yeah.
Now you get into that 3A scenario, and then, boy, it becomes, we think about now, this is a really pretty tight region. We make a trip to Summertown. We make a trip to Loretta. That's not that bad. You go into those 3A regions, you may be traveling to Bledsoe, Sequatchie, Unionville community is still in that 3A region, but and Giles County. That region is huge. There is a lot of travel, and that's one thing is the Rockets you don't want to get into.
Yeah, the travel it's tough for a bunch of young kids to be traveling that far to play a football game or any kind of game. Yeah, that travel is not good.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting scenario to see what happens throughout all of this, and that's something that's going to come down in the next month. I believe the exact day is right before Thanksgiving. I believe on the 21st you'll find out how they have aligned the regions. So that's something to look at down the line. Of course, it is what it is for this year as the Rockets, as we say again, their playoff chances are still alive, albeit on life support at this time. They got to have a lot of help, and then they got to go and beat Mount Pleasant next week. But first of all, it's a big test here tonight. The Indians of East Robertson taking on the Rockets here on TC Sports 1.
Don't know what I would do without you to show me the way and the truth. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you. If I didn't have you.
Your local agents, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
You said the new one don't work, right?
No.
Gotcha.
Still can't make it work. And welcome back as we get set for game time, joined by our tag team partner, Mr. Noble Mays. Welcome in.
Certainly a pleasure to be with you here, T. Roy. You and my man, Mr. Ricky Sweeney. Pleasure to be here with you and the young men as well, Gabe and Peter.
A little fall, little nip in the air tonight. Good football weather.
Yes, it is. The temperature certainly has dropped, and it's going to swing back in the other direction. But as far as tonight, we can only take it one night at a time. And as far as tonight, it's going to be quite cool. I see quite a few blankets, and folks have things on their head tonight. So they're looking forward to being here for the duration.
You know, that's the one thing, Noble, these headsets will do for you.
Yes, indeed. You certainly have it's a built-in earmuffs, so you can't beat that.
Yeah, it's a little built-in earmuff here is will at least keep our ears warm, if nothing else, here tonight.
That'll keep, I guess, all that note throat, and ear and all that extra, keep that away from you, at least for the night.
I guess, for tonight anyway. And if you make this trip, Noble, you come a long way. You might as well make it worth it.
I certainly agree with you, Troy, and hopefully you were advantageous in what Troy and them were able to do, and maybe strike out a little earlier. So traffic has gotten quite thick out there at this particular time of the evening.
Oh, that is always a concern when you come here. Throughout the years, I remember a few years ago, back when we were doing Marshall County games, it's probably been, that seems like a lifetime ago. It's probably been 15 to 20 years at least. They ended up in a conference or in a region with Greenbrier. It was Sycamore, Cheatham County, Greenbrier. We had to make those journeys. So coming across Nashville, I had left early, thought we had planned ahead going to Greenbrier. Got stuck in traffic, got there about 30 minutes before the game. Luckily at the time we were only doing radio. So you're throwing your stuff together, get on the air right about kickoff. It had rained and the temperature, the front came through, wind started blowing, it dropped from about 65 at game time down to in the 30s by the time it was over. No more miserable night ever. First of all, the traffic and then the weather. That's one I'll definitely remember for that was one of those where it was a survival effort.
You certainly talk like it might have been last year or 2 years ago in your memory. So, times have changed. You all look at the same news that I look at, and the influx of people coming into Middle Tennessee area. So, I think the only way to beat traffic is to get ahead of 2 o'clock p.m. start time.
Leave yesterday.
There you go. That'll do it as well.
That's about the only way. We thought we had left in plenty of time. We did get here, but it did take us about an hour and 45 minutes. So, it is what it is. We did make it. We did get on, and we're thankful. So we'll leave it at that.
As long as you beat kickoff is what they're saying at home. So when they get
yes.
ready to tune in to check out Troy Cashin, TC Sports 1, they want to know if you were on at 6:59 is what they want to know.
Well, we hope that we've maybe given you a little bit to go on here tonight as far as what you're going to be seeing. We talk about the Rockets a little bit, Noble. Talk with Ricky about how impressed we were with the effort last week. You didn't get the W at the end, and people will debate whether you should have gone for two, should not have gone for two, play call, all of that kind of stuff. The one thing you can't debate is they played with a great effort and an intensity last week that we haven't seen.
Troy, all you ever ask for in sports is to have a chance. You want to give yourself a chance. And I'll say this, Troy, across the board, not only the players on the field, but the coaching staff. Everyone gave themselves a chance, and that's what they had at the end. So we cannot be having a debate about a two-point conversion if they had not given themselves a chance. And anybody who knows anything about sports, you cannot play 4 quarters of football and try to dictate how the game played just on one particular play, Troy. There's a whole lot of plays in the midst of all that game that you can be able to pinpoint to get yourself to that particular place in time. So it's not about a 2-point conversion, Troy. They gave themselves a chance.
Yeah, and I think the big thing was decimated by injuries. They had nowhere else to turn but inward. They had to say, all right, you know what? This is what we're going to go to battle with. Everybody be ready. We can't do it by ourselves. Nobody can say, I can do it by myself. I've got to depend on everyone else. It was a total team effort last week, and like I say, they played with a great deal of emotion, a great deal of pride, and even though they ended up losing the ball game, that's an effort that Forrest fans will be proud of.
Not only proud of, T. Roy, but there may be a couple old school folks out there like myself. I owed the team last week an apology. I've always said next man up mentality. I'm not real big on that because it kind of insults the man who was at the top of the depth chart when you just simply say you're going to replace someone else. But there was some next man up, and that mentality showed up on that field last week. And I take my hat off to the ones who may not have thought they were going to be playing and that supportive of a role early part of the season, but they showed up last week.
As well as they did last week, they're going to have to really grow this week and have that much better effort here tonight if they hope to take home the win. Let's take another break. We'll be back as we inch closer to kickoff here at East Robertson.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mack Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mack Equipment.
And welcome back as the sun sets. We have a little orange over the horizon fading into the stadium lights here, and it is a picturesque setting for some football here tonight.
That is a lovely, as you said, T. Roy, the horizon. That's absolutely gorgeous. people have to go on vacations and they have to wait for a certain time of the night to be able to get a picture that beautiful.
Yes, it is definitely. We hope it's this beautiful to us when we leave as well.
Well, certainly, T-Roy, and as you said, it's football weather, mid to late October. Field's looking great out there, and no forecast of rain or anything of that nature. So no excuses. Just simply come out here and play football.
Noble, didn't get a chance today to put on the extra layer. I had intended to go back to the house to put on the second layer. Standing in here, we're out of the elements for the most part. Still got the windows open, of course, and the door. So it's not nearly as bad as being just right outside, but that second or third layer would feel pretty good.
And Troy, I'm fortunate. I had the luxury of going to see some little kindergartners play softball, t-ball on Monday, and it was cold, so I had a jacket left in the car from that, so I was able to reach off in there and I forgot about it and just happened to get myself together and seen it 30 minutes ago, T-Roy.
That's always a good thing.
It is to have something extra layer in the car.
That would have been a luxury for me tonight. So we're going to stick our hands in our pocket and be ready to go here from East Robertson as we get set for the kickoff. The Rockets and the Indians coming your way here in about 15 minutes for your kickoff here on TC Sports 1.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go. When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
And welcome back here to Cross Plains. Once again, we want to thank all of our fine sponsors that make this broadcast possible each and every week. Please go out and support them and show your appreciation. We definitely couldn't do this without their continued support. We want to thank them for that continued support. And please go out and spend your dollars here locally.
Troy, I second that. These young men here, they come pour their heart out, but every one of us who are adults, we know that there's more that goes into this other than just showing up on Friday. So, again, golden opportunity to go out and support those who support our student athletes.
And for us, it's been a privilege. 6 years now, and wow, it's gotten by in a hurry.
It has, T-Roy, and I certainly appreciate the support that the community has shown me. So I don't know, it's been a couple individuals that have reached out to me via text and introduced themselves because I didn't know who they were. So some I did know, but some that I didn't know, and I felt good about them welcoming me to the community and highlighting the fact that they also tune in on Friday nights and listen to us, T-Roy.
Yeah, we've expanded the family a little bit. Peter and Gabe, along with Corey, helping us out this year. We're happy to have them aboard as we continue to try to bring you the best broadcast we can and look to improve a little bit. Maybe a few new wrinkles that we'll have over the course of the past couple of weeks. It has been battling technology, let's say.
Well, I'll say this, Troy. I don't even think it's a debate. I certainly know we give our best. So I know Coach used to always talk about 110%. So you have to ask yourself if you believe in 110% or if you just simply say 100%. But I know we give our all week in and week out, and you put in a great deal of work, preparation, not only making sure the sponsors are recognized, but stats, interviews with the coach, as well as the players and all that. So if there is a such thing as 110%, my man Troy Cashin, he gives you that each and every week.
Well, thank you. I just always try to operate under that guidance of if you're sitting still or you're standing still, somebody's going to be walking beside or behind you, or that was walking behind you is going to be past you in a while. So you always want to make sure you're moving forward.
Well said. Life lesson again, T-Roy.
Well, we're not used to being in this position. I mean, it's just a really strange position to look at it this year. We're used to being a team that's 7-1 coming into these situations rather than the 3-5. And Coach Stevenson said in the interview a little bit earlier, this team, you're not in that situation where you've got the target on you. They played well. He said just much more loose as a group last week. That there wasn't that pressure on them. Of course, you'd rather be 7-1 and have a little pressure, but he thought they responded very well because they came out. They said, hey, we've got no one to depend on but ourselves. Really, when you start, there wasn't a whole lot of bodies behind you. So, you know, you can go out there and pretty well think, I'm going to get some snaps, and I'll get a chance maybe if I make a mistake or two. I won't be sitting on the bench. I'm going to get to play through them.
Troy, I think last week might have summarized everything you just said. They came in last week, pretty much everything on the line last week. And there was some adversity that they faced. And all of us sat and we watched. And we watched them after the opponent scored and took the score ahead in the fourth quarter. I seen those gentlemen march down and take the lead back, and I also seen them lose the lead again, and they came right back towards the end. So no letdown at all out of that group last week. They gave you 110% of their effort. So another life lesson there. But those young men there, they gave every bit they had last week, and can't do anything but be proud of what they put on the field, that product last week.
Well, I think, you know, it's all said. Class, pride, and tradition. That was on display last week. As a Rocket fan, that's what you want to see. That's what you got last week. All the way to the bitter end, that's what you got.
I concur, sir. And those are young men that when they take those life lessons from the football field, you can easily see how those will transition into the real world. So those young men there, the ones I seen 2 last week. I know we had a couple more seniors that weren't able to finish out the season, but those 2 young men who took the field as captains last week, they should be able to say, regardless of what the record is, win and loss, they should be able to say, hey, we gave it our all.
Let's take a final break before kickoff. Let's let you hear all of our fine sponsors. Again, go out, support them if you can. Spend your dollars here locally. We certainly appreciate them supporting us here on TC Sports 1. We'll be back, take a look at your starting lineups, and have your coin toss and kickoff coming up.
This broadcast on TC Sports 1 brought to you by Advanced Eye Care Clinic, home of the real Dr. J, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan. By Amigos Mexican Grill, authentic Mexican cuisine. By Apex Bank, a top performer amongst Tennessee community banks. By Benchmark Physical Therapy, where they'll get you back in the game. By Brooks Grocery, where you'll find your next favorite food. Also brought to you by Dr. William Bell at Chapel Hill Family Dentistry. By Quince Air Care, your local ring dealer. By Farm Bureau Insurance, auto, life, health, and homeowners. By First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking. We're brought to you by Highway 99 Storage, now with climate control units. By J&J Automotive, your one-stop auto shop. By Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Services, serving since 1939. By Lewisburg Animal Hospital, your other family doctor. By Mac Equipment, your local Cub and Exmark dealer. And by the town of Chapel Hill, moving forward with strong tradition.
Get set for kickoff here from East Robertson Rockets and the Indians. We'll have our invocation and the playing of our national anthem here from East Robertson. And our national anthem from the East Robertson High School Marching Band as that draws us closer to kick time. And Noble, we take a look. Last week coming in, the offense for the Forrest Rockets was a mash unit. They ended up mashing folks last week against Richmond. That offensive line, as we said, that left side, you had all new faces over there. Of course, Riley Durbin has been around an awful lot. Cam Orr was out. Spence Tankersley done for the season. Cam Dunn is for the season as well. Cam Street, I believe, done for the season. You had 3 new starters, even though I hesitate to call Durbin a new starter. He's in there so much. But you had 2 guys in Jackson Wynn and Drew Glover who were really getting their first high school action to a large degree. They passed the test with flying colors. They ran behind that right side with Gravy, Luke Allen, and Mikey Stoddard. They stepped it up. That left side performed well, and Coach Stevenson said, really made us more balanced the last week because they're so left heavy, and they've been that way the past few years that, they were a little bit more difficult to scout and get tendencies on last week.
And as you look over the names there, T-Roy, it gives you hope for the future when you see a couple sophomores there, as you mentioned their names there. But I'm glad Coach was able to highlight the fact that it forced them to be a little more balanced. So sometimes you got a tendency of going to your strong side or whatever, and just like the rest of us, we know if you got one side you lean towards, it make the other side a little weaker or whatever. So it's always good to have a nice little balance and keep the defense on the other end, not necessarily knowing or anticipating what's coming or what side you're coming to.
Noble, and here's the other thing. We've talked about what they've done in the ground game, but in the passing game, they have really had players step forward. Carson Yates has done a really nice job of being a dependable target for the young freshman Ryan Hill. Of course, he was limited last week. Not sure exactly how much action he's going to see tonight, but you just keep having guys that have come in and stepped up. You've had Reggie Pearson, of course, who has had to move from defense to offense, and they've just tried to fill every hole they could this year. But for the most part, these guys have stepped in and performed well. You know what it says to me, T-Roy? It tells me that your program is going in the right direction. Anytime you can have young men fill in, because think about it, here's what has to happen in order for you to replace somebody. One, you got to get enough reps throughout the week. You got to have the right mentality to say, hey, Coach gave me enough opportunities throughout the week to be able to know exactly what the plays were and where I should be and how I should be positioned. So that means all the preparation that goes in throughout the week, you got to tip your hat off to the coaching staff, because a young man cannot be ready to play football just by showing up on Friday. Yeah, and exactly. And these guys, they're the unsung heroes a lot. And while we got a minute, let's just give them a little credit. Our head coach, Eli Stevenson, he is assisted by Ryan Bridges, Kyle Stacy, of course, Jacob Daugherty, Jason Hill, Tony Johnson, Zach Russell, Chad Harden, Mr. Larry Rojo Chapman. And that coaching staff puts in a lot of effort, and these young men really respond well. Those assistant coaches do a great job every week. Coach Stevenson has a great staff that he has put together, and again, on those weeks where you got a lot of injuries, you see how well some of those guys that are second, third teamers now have played when they've gotten in the game, and that's because those assistant coaches spend a lot of time with them in practice and get those guys ready to go. And I know the assistant coaches who get to share the booth with us, T-Roy, they do an excellent job of being able to see the field from what you would call 3,000 feet up. So they're looking down at the field, and they do an excellent job of being able to call in and come back to certain plays that they seen that we may not have taken advantage of in the first half and making adjustments. Noble, the one thing that we're going to enjoy tonight, can you look at those East Robertson jerseys? T-Roy, I can see that through this plexiglass that I'm looking for with the film and everything else on it. So I can see those numbers all the way from here. That was a big and bright. So T-Roy, if I was to go see your optometrist, he would be able to say which one you prefer better, this one or this one, and I prefer this one better, sir. Oh my goodness, last week was tough. I guess I'm getting a little older. But I don't think even when I was in my 20s and 30s that would have been a whole lot better than it was last week. Those numbers were tough to get focused in on. A lot of times, though, they made it easy because it was Workman who carried the football so much. But these numbers, a little bit more easy to see tonight.
You can see this with your cataract, T-Roy.
You're right. As we get set now, the captain's set to meet here. Of course, your senior's going to go out for the Indians. And, of course, for the Rockets, looks like they're going to have Chris Davis and Mikey Stoddard. I believe that's 79. Cross on the other side.
I'm having
if it is, I believe it is. I believe that's Mikey. If it is 79, that'll be Stoddard and Chris Davis. So Rockets decked out in the blue football pants tonight, white jerseys, blue numerals. Indians, of course, in those maroon football pants, maroon jerseys, white numerals, nice bright white numerals, and those white football helmets as we get set for football action here from Cross Plains. Noble, no, you got here a little bit later. Me and Ricky had talked about it a little bit in the early going. Just the big turnaround for East Robertson. Coach Chase Brooks has done a wonderful job in his first season here. They are 7-1. He has been around, been in a lot of different winning programs, and we gave a stat since 2012. He's been with 6 different programs. They have made 50 playoff appearances. This is his first head job, but he's been an assistant on a lot of really good programs.
Wow, he brings quite a resume with him there, T-Roy. That's that winning mentality. So he even it seems like everywhere that he goes, the idea, the perception is playoff or bust. So that says a lot when you have that kind of resume wherever you just go, everybody's expecting you to be a winner. So I know that he has high expectations for the young men if that's his resume.
Number of stories circulating that said, hey, there was an immediate buy-in. Those guys really respected what he was doing. Of course, he came with the skins. When you've been around some championship squads, your voice carries a little bit. It's a little bit firmer, a little bit louder, and those guys pay attention a little bit more when you're flashing around a little bling.
There you go, T-Roy. Everybody gravitates towards success, T-Roy, and if you just smell like a winner, folks want to gravitate towards you, and they want to know what the formula is that you've been utilizing.
So, East Robertson, looks like I believe, Noble, I was looking away. I think they deferred, or did they? Or they receiving?
I was looking away as well, but I think
I apologize. I was looking at the scoreboard to make sure I had a good view.
And I apologize as well, T-Roy. I was actually trying to figure out the best angle to be able to see the game from where I was standing.
Rockets getting set to make their way onto the field. As always, cheerleaders do a wonderful job with their run-through banners, and the blue and white clad Rockets will make their way onto the field here in Cross Plains. East Robertson will receive the opening kickoff as here comes the Indians in front of a rather chilly home crowd here tonight at Cross Plains. 7-1 East Robertson clinched their region title last week with a victory over Westmoreland. A lot of folks say, well, maybe they don't have as much to play for here tonight, but it's senior night. You know those guys want to go out a winner on their senior night.
You certainly do. As I was coming into the stadium, T-Roy, there was a whole line of seniors there lined up with their parents on both sides, all the support they've had over the years, and you can't get a better picture than that on senior night. The visual, T-Roy, young folks, they don't get as far as they want to get in life without support, and just the visual, being able to see an adult, a caring, trusted adult on the left side and on the right side of you, T-Roy. So they're going to play for those individuals who supported them all their lives if they don't play for any other reason other than themselves.
Both these teams, high-octane offenses. Rockets averaging 27.5 a game. East Robertson just under 35 per contest. Will it be an Old West shootout like it was last week? Do we have another tight ball game? We're about to find out. G-Squared getting set to put it in the air for the Rockets.
Get this crowd excited, opposing team. Put it in the end zone there, Gavin.
Kick high, end over end, taking on the run, middle of the field, 5. Team 20 got a hold, 35 to the 40. It's Prince. We talked about him in the pregame, and he's gone. No doubt about it. He got a great lane in the center of the field, Noble, and he definitely knew what to do with it.
T-Roy, he was only required to make one move, and it was not that much of a move, as you said. The young man there was vertical, T-Roy, as you say in football, north and south, and he did not have to make much maneuvers at all to be able to make a couple jukes. Only one man available to get him, and unsuccessful at that, and not even a foot race, T-Roy.
No, he made one move left once he got to the center of the field, and I'm not sure, Noble, if anybody ever laid a glove on him.
If they did, they touched his shoestring.
Prince, who many people felt like might get some consideration as a Mr. Football candidate, shows you his burst there. 95-yard opening kickoff return. Indians up 6-0, point after try on the way, and it is good. So East Robertson gets off to a great start here on senior night. They lead it 7-0.
Hometown banking. It's having your decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take the time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits while still being able to talk to a living, breathing human. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Boy, this can go one of two ways. You better hunker down if you're the Rockets. It could be a long night if you don't battle back here. But East Robertson, all the momentum as they take the opening kickoff all the way back. Now the Rockets will watch their kickoff sail out of bounds.
Two things we've discussed, T-Roy. Last week we talked about the significance of keeping your confidence and getting an early start and staying in the game. Also, we talked about the adversity that the Rockets faced last week, and unfortunately this time adversity came a little early this time. So here's an opportunity to show them exactly what they're made of.
So the Rockets will get good starting field position here after Rosales' kickoff goes out of bounds. From the 35, they will take it. Ryan Hill at the controls. Hill, the freshman, who has performed very well, played beyond his years, completing 50% of his passes for just under 600 yards. They'll start it out on the ground. Nice job off that left side, picking up a first down on the opening carry. And Noble, once again, great push as Liam Bell does the work. Bell, 91 carries, 324 yards, averaging 3.6 yards per carry with a couple of scores. But I think his injuries are healing a little bit. He's had a little bit more burst the last couple of weeks. We saw it in that game last week.
And excellent job, T-Roy. You've talked about the left side being the strong side in the past. Great job, Liam Bell.
This one will bring it back before they get started. That's one of the things you don't want to have happen here tonight. Or no, I thought it was going to be on the Rockets. That was actually on East Robertson. Encroachment on the Indians, so that'll give them 5. First down and 5 now for the Rockets.
And T-Roy, number 38, that's Meeks, right?
Yes.
He on that first play, Liam Bell had a couple other Rockets downfield, but I certainly seen number 38, 12 yards downfield blocking.
East Robertson crowding the line of scrimmage. They'll line up Ayers now. He'll flare out to the right side. Swift in motion. He'll get it coming left. Cuts it back inside. Picks up his first down as he gets inside the 40 down to about the 38, and another Rocket first down. And Noble, you have to be very encouraged at what you've seen here early.
Yes, indeed. That left side, T-Roy, look like they're going to get a lot of love on the left side. You got Gravy Allen, number 71. Also, Jackson Wynn. You talked about him earlier, the sophomore.
Wynn, Durbin,
yes.
And, of course, at center.
Excellent job. And Gravy, T-Roy, he was fluid out there. Nice footwork out there pulling.
Once again, they'll motion receiver left side. They come back right now into the middle of the field on the cutback across the 35 down to about the 34 is Eli Bell. Bell, another fabulous freshman, 34 carries, 310 yards, averaging just over 9 yards per carry coming in.
And T-Roy, I'm not certain. I've seen the number
Mikey
out there.
Stoddard.
Yes, indeed. Blocking that time.
Yes.
79 doing an excellent job out there blocking that time. And Bale, excellent job of having his head up and following the blocks, T-Roy.
Hey, Wynn and Glover doing a really good job once again. Get some help from Reggie Pearson over on the tight end. Left side now. Ayers, lone receiver to the right side of the field as they'll go back left. Just continuing to push forward. And right now, Noble, they are winning the battle of the trenches up front, pushing off that line of scrimmage, getting good leverage. And the back's doing a nice job there as Swift on the carry.
Yes, indeed. Marable also providing the key block, but Troy, I got to do it again, my man. Number 71, sophomore, 5'11", 230 pounds, Gravy Allen. He is pulling T-Roy, and the speed in which he gets out there, that young man there has a lot of speed to be able to get out there and make that block.
Another first down. This time, East Robertson, good penetration that time. Play a little slow developing as Davis didn't have a hole. And Noble, Davis is a really good back. I like him. He's going east and west there. I really like him north and south. He's got such a burst.
Yes, he does, T-Roy. And the Indians that time in the backfield that time not giving Davis an opportunity to go north and south. So we talked about it a number of times, and already we've been highlighting this line play from the Rockets. But that time they didn't give Davis an opportunity to be able to go north and south.
Davis averaging over 7 yards per carry coming in, 48 carries for 351 yards. Lost 3 there, second down and 13 now, facing the Rockets. Opening minutes of your first quarter here.
T-Roy may not be a bad opportunity. I know we've said he's a freshman quite often, T-Roy, but he certainly does not play like a freshman. May not be a bad opportunity for Ryan Hill to get a little love this time.
You know, as we said, Noble, he did so well last week, threw a couple of touchdown passes, and just really I'm impressed with his demeanor at the position. He really is. He doesn't give – he's a leader in the huddle.
T-Roy, somewhere around Game 5, I quit using the word impressed with Ryan Hill.
Yeah.
I've just come to expect that of him. So
exactly. Well said.
So no longer has Ryan Hill impressed me, T-Roy. I just expect that of him, and from what I understand, he has higher expectations of himself than I have. So he just comes and he brings you exactly what you expect to get from him, T-Roy.
Boy, I'm telling you, though, he is just so different from your typical freshman, especially in that position that he's playing. Swift in motion. Coming left, and that was excellent effort there. Great speed getting into the backfield there by East Robertson.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy. That's
that was
number
53.
Yes, indeed. Goosetree?
Yeah, Goosetree.
Yes, indeed. Casey Goosetree, number 53 that time. He's a sophomore as well in the backfield, T-Roy. And that's twice on this particular, not necessarily just this drive, but in this particular series of downs here, that's 2 times they've been in the backfield. And unfortunately, now we're forced to put the ball in the hands of Ryan Hill. I would like to see it on second down.
3rd and 17. He'll roll right, got some pressure. Thought he was going to be able to elude the first oncoming rusher, but they got a piece of him going by. That was number 9 who came in, Wyatt Pearson. I thought Hill was going to be able to stay upright. He got his hand on him, but that's a big fella coming at Hill.
Yes, indeed. Number 54, Carlos Alarcon, as well as number 51, Zach Groves, T-Roy, one of those Groves you've been talking about for a while. They were back there initially, but T-Roy, here's what set the Rockets at a bad spot. Everybody in the stadium knew it was 3rd and long, so they just brought the house. The Indians did. They knew exactly what was coming. It was going to be a required passing situation.
Yeah, they went play fake there, and that didn't fool anybody.
No.
Punt out of there, Colin Grissom. It'll hit, check up, can they get down there and down it? Yes, they can. Good job by the Rockets, and that was an excellent punt by Grissom. Nice roll.
Special teams coming into play, T-Roy. Make them start from deep down, so let's give this Rocket defense an opportunity.
Rocket defense onto the field for the first time tonight. East Robertson, that potent offense, starting deep in their own territory after the great punt by Grissom. 7:14 left here in the opening quarter.
wouldn't mind seeing Coach Bridges try to take advantage of that special teams play that time by Coach Bridges take advantage of that special teams play by Grissom. Let's maybe bring a little pressure here, T-Roy. Let's watch these fellas in the middle there try to push.
Ball on the 1, right up the middle, breaking outside, staying on his feet. Rockets trying to get him down and having some difficulty, and there's one of those Groves that we've talked about, Isaiah Groves, the sophomore. He got a really nice running lane, Noble, but once he broke through the middle, Groves got about 5 or 6 more on his own.
Wide open running lane, T-Roy, right off the guard right there, T-Roy, and that's where I was looking for the push for the Rockets, but that hole there was a big gaping hole.
Well blocked up front. First down now for the Indians with a little breathing room. Back to the ground they go. This time spin move by Prince. He'll get across the 20 out to about the 22-yard line. And Noble, Prince, big, physical, but, boy, we saw it on that opening kickoff. He's got a ton of speed.
Yes, he does, T-Roy, and he has a nice physique about him, kind of a little slender build with that speed there, T-Roy. And you're going to have to put some hats on him, T-Roy. And we didn't get a good, clean shot on him that time, so we got to get off our blocks, Troy. We holding on to our blocks too long for the Rockets.
Gain of 7 on first down. 2nd down and 3. He'll dot the I, speaking of Prince, on this one. Cook under center. Give right back to Prince. Gets outside. He'll pick up his first down as he crosses the 25 out to about the 26. So East Robertson starting from their own 1. If you're the Rockets, you want to keep them pinned on this end if you can, but good running by East Robertson. They've got a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 from their own 26.
They do. It was Pearson and Bale that time getting off their blocks, T-Roy, but they were engaged in their blocks long enough for him to be able to pick up that first down, as you mentioned.
As we said, that East Robertson offense, they put 55 on the board against Cheatham County, 42 against Harpeth, 41 against Joe Burns. They're averaging 34.6 a game.
Look like they're also averaging about 4 yards every running play, T-Roy.
Yeah. Back to throw. Cook down the center of the field. Man back there, and I think that's going to – nope.
No, sir. No, sir. That, you can't call that. No, sir. Their feet got tangled up down there. I see the coaching staff for the Indians a little upset. You cannot call that, T-Roy.
Boy,
that is a good no call. No, sir. No, sir.
I thought the official was going for his back pocket, but he didn't pull the flag, so that was a welcome sight there.
He would have got a bad grade when they got ready to grade him, T-Roy. I'm going to take my hat off.
In other words, he ain't going to work the playoffs.
Yes, and there you go. So he certainly want to work the playoffs. At this stage, he done performed well throughout. So Bryce Tanksley that time, T-Roy, in coverage. So take your hat off, and did not get caught looking in the backfield, T-Roy.
Yeah, Indians had kind of loosened things up. They take the shot. 2nd down now as they go back to the ground, and this time good job up front.
Yes, indeed.
Looks like Swihart up there, Davis.
Nice little push, and I think I see Meeks also coming in from that left corner spot, T-Roy. 3rd down and 7, T-Roy, and you have to assume that they may try to put the ball in the air. So Meeks and Tankersley and Hill, secondary, T-Roy, so going to keep your eye. Everybody got to make sure they rotate their hips. Don't look in the backfield, gentlemen.
Elijah Groves split wide to the left. He'll swing it quickly out in the flat, and the pass knocked down. That one shot a little bit too strong for Prince. Noble, they wanted to flip it out there, and Cook had a little mustard on that one. Luckily for East Robertson, that was deflected into the air. I thought maybe the Rockets might have a chance at it, but it falls harmlessly to the turf, and the Rockets do get a stop here that they needed.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy, and the Rockets right on the spot that time, trying to see if it was going to be a lateral that time, and Chris Davis said, I'll just scoop it up, take it to the house, and he did the right thing.
Yes.
Forced the referee to make a decision.
East Robertson set to punt it away. They get it out of there. High punt, short punt. Rockets just got to get out of the way. Takes a decent East Robertson roll. It will get into Forrest territory and be down at the 46. So a 24-yard punt. Rockets will take over with 4:14 left here in this first quarter, trailing 7-0.
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
And Swift, good hard running by Tate, the senior.
Yes, indeed, T.
Will
Roy.
move the stick. Swift coming into tonight's contest, Noble, averaging over 100 yards per game, 115 carries, 807 yards, 7 yards per carry, and 5 touchdowns.
And got to take your hat off to those big linemen, T. Roy. 78 win, 79 started, doing an excellent job down there, T. Roy. And let's keep in mind, take your hat off to number 25, Cohen Grissom, for that punt he put down there earlier.
Give coming right, cutting it back inside across the 40 down to about the 36 or 37-yard line. It's going to be Davis with the carry. And we got an injured Rocket down at the 34, and that's definitely not what you want to see. They're already razor thin in the depth department at most positions, and not sure, trying to see who that injured Rocket is. Looks like it's going to be Durbin. Durbin, of course, they patched him up a lot of times to try to get him back able to play. He's had arm difficulties. He is just a warrior, but right now he is down. And they will continue to try to attend to Riley. While they do that, let's take another quick break. We'll be back.
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital serves the veterinary needs of Marshall County. They've grown to a 4-doctor practice specializing in small animal medicine. They offer advanced medicine, surgery, and nursing care in a personal and relaxed environment with the utmost compassion for their patients. For your pet's grooming and boarding needs, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital. Call 931-359-5945 to schedule an appointment for your pet.
The Rockets trying to punch it into the end zone here. Noble, they've moved the football well.
They have, T. Roy, and with that same thing in mind, expect to go left side, T. Roy.
Pitch coming that way. Liam Bell inside now, bounces it outside, shedding tacklers. He gets to the sideline, and good, strong running by the Belldozer, Liam Bell.
Taking my hat off to the coaching staff. Now, Liam Bell, he gets the credit certainly for getting out there and using that speed that he had that time, T. Roy. That's the 6'1", 195-pound junior that time. But coaching staff taking full advantage of the left side, but they got him to the corner quickly.
Due to his injuries, I don't think he could have gotten there early in the season. Like I said, I think he is rounding into form here, and that was a really nice run. Another first down, pitch back to Bell. Nice footwork in the hole. Nifty running by Bell. Noble, he started left, made a nice cut back inside, shifted his feet again, and picked up another couple of yards. Good running.
Old school sweep. Back in the day where the quarterback just turned and pitch it to the tailback that time and give the tailback an opportunity to get to the corner as quick as he can. That time they had an Indian in the backfield, T. Roy, and again, he just did exactly what the gift he has been given. Nice shifty little move to avoid the Indian tackler, T. Roy. Good job, Liam Bell.
4 carries, 32 yards here in the early going for Liam. Hill under center. Give coming back right, and that was well diagnosed. Davis had the hole close up on him, Noble. It looked like he was going to have a lane. Had he been able to get through the initial little crease, he might have gone to the house, but good job by the Indians there.
Closed up quickly, T-Roy, and going to have to try to have a little bit of success on this right side, T-Roy, because I certainly don't want to become one-dimensional and have the Rockets go left side all night, but we're going to try to have a little bit of success over here. Got to hold our blocks a little longer, Rockets.
Third down, we'll call it 7, maybe 8, as we approach the 1 minute mark left here in the opening quarter. Rockets on the move again as they give it Swift. Off the left side, cuts it back inside. Swift stays on his feet. He'll pick up his first down, continue to carry tacklers, and he will be in the red zone. Rockets, great job by Swift.
T-Roy, I'm going to go ahead and tell you real clearly. The Indians, they're going to have to slant to the right on this next 2 or 3 plays because the Rockets will go left.
Indians want to talk it over. Rockets right now doing what they want to on the ground. Timeout on the field. It's 7-0 East Robertson.
Know that with Apex Banking Online, you can access your accounts, pay bills, and send money to friends and family anytime. Our online banking feature gives you the advantage of secure banking right from anywhere. With our mobile app and online services, banking has never been more convenient. We're here to serve you wherever you go. Visit us in Chapel Hill or call 931-246-7105. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway.
First and goal for the Rockets as they are just inside the 10 here. 54 seconds left here, opening quarter. Rockets trying to even it up here as a nice extended drive. This time inside now, giving ground. Looking for running room, but finding nothing but red jerseys. As Eli Bell on the carry. Noble, he started right, nothing there, came back left, and then he thought, well, hey, I'll go middle. Still nobody.
T-Roy, I got to go ahead and tell you, my man, I got caught a little bit off guard myself coming right that time, so I just thought we were going to go left. So, and maybe we tried to catch them off guard that time, but here's a golden opportunity, T-Roy. They know we probably going to run it left, but I wouldn't mind seeing, I know you may not agree with me, Ryan Hill catch him by surprise with a pass.
They're going to pitch. William Bell inside, tried to get outside, but that was an excellent open field tackle. That was 22 on the stop, Luis Martinez. And if Martinez doesn't wrap up Bell by the ankles, he
walks in.
He walks in.
He walks in, T-Roy. Let's just be real clear about that. That's the only person who stopped that play from actually being effective.
And that puts a stop to our first quarter. We'll change ends after one quarter. It's the East Robertson Indians 7 and the Forrest Rockets nothing.
You can't have it all. At Brooks Grocery, they've got farm fresh fruits and vegetables, a deli with a selection of freshly prepared favorites, Brooks specialties like Ava's pimento cheese and Adam's chicken salad, freshly made pies, cakes, and desserts. And who could possibly forget the best meat department you'll find anywhere? Great selection, online ordering, and friendly customer service. Brooks Grocery, the place you'll find your next favorite food.
Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal is to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
And welcome back as the Rockets knocking on the door. Noble, I've been really impressed with the way they've been able to run the rock here tonight. Coming in, they are averaging 5.5 yards per carry on the season and almost 250 yards a game.
That is impressive, T-Roy. We're going left side, T-Roy.
Snap back, ball fumbled, and that throws the timing off. East Robertson able to penetrate there.
Had 2 opportunities to be able to catch the ball, T-Roy. Fortunately, we were able to get our hands on it, so it was not a turnover that time, but certainly did not execute that time, T-Roy. Put us in a real bind right here.
Yep, it'll bring G Square on for a field goal attempt. And Noble, they've been down there twice now, and you may come away with only 3. If you're going to beat a 7-1 team, you got to make the most of your opportunities.
You do, but let's take our hats off one more time to the kicking team, T-Roy. Cohen Grissom, 41-yard punt earlier is what put us in this position. Now his big brother get a chance to come in and put us on the board.
27-yard attempt. Snap good, and that one blocked. Noble not sure they got in quickly.
I wasn't able to see exactly what was going on with the hold or whatever. I did see
they got it down. It was just, I think they got in off the left side and were able to get a hand on it.
I seen at least 4 maroon jerseys for the Indians in the back in the area there, T-Roy.
So Rockets denied again. Second time they have been down in plus territory, and the second time that East Robertson has come away with no Forrest points on the board.
That one hurt, T-Roy. That wasn't just plus territory. That was striking distance.
Back to the offense. There's a broken tackle, and there's Mr. Prince getting outside. It's a foot race down the sideline, and that one, Prince is going to win.
Yeah, T-Roy, you don't want to get in a foot race with that young man there, and right around the 35-yard line, T-Roy.
Man, he was like Carl Lewis going down the sideline. That was an even shot to begin with the defender to close the gap. By the time the defender got to the sideline, he was 15 yards down the field. What a run by Prince.
He had too much sideline, T-Roy, and just wasn't enough angle that time there for us to be able to go catch him. So you're going to need a real serious angle to go track that young man down. So, again, the kick was blocked, and they turned around on the very next play. So they have 2 big strikes, T-Roy.
Yeah, other than that, the Rockets have played very well, but it's going to be 14-0 if they make the extra point here. And Mr. Prince shows you why he may be a AA Mr. Football candidate. Kick is up and good. And with 10:52 left here in the second quarter, the Indians take a 14-0 lead.
Don't know what I would do without you to show me the way and the truth. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you. If I didn't have you.
Your local agents, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
And welcome back. It's Prince with an 80-yard touchdown scamper. He's got 92 yards on the evening now and 2 touchdowns. The opening kickoff return, 95 yards for a score, and the 80-yard scamper there. So he's getting off to quite a start.
As they say, 2 big plays, difference in the game, T-Roy. Prince.
Kick bounding around, finally taken deep in Rocket territory, trying to make a move now. Good job of reversing field. Got a little sideline, and it ends up being a good return. I believe that's Peyton Swift for the Rockets.
Excellent job, T-Roy. Made the best out of a situation that did not look like there was very much there that time. So once he brought the ball from inside, bounced it outside, T-Roy. So he showed you exactly all his gifts that time, the ability to stop and hit it outside as well as kick into a second gear that time, and he put the Rockets again in great starting position.
That squirted away from him, Noble, and by the time he got it, the coverage was down there. He was able to break a couple of tackles and get it up to the 26-yard line. So decent starting field position here. But we've got a whistle before this one will get underway. Got the band over to our left and making a little noise here as the Indian fans bundled up there enjoying what they see so far.
Yeah, they got a little chop going on out here, T-Roy.
Yeah, it's nice for them to be the chopper instead of the choppee for the last few years. They've been on the other end of that. They've been getting chopped, but this year they're the ones doing the chopping.
They chopping wood tonight.
Rockets back to the ground game, bouncing it outside was Bell, and once again, Noble, they've been really close, but good open field tackle again. That's number 7, Elijah Groves. Just say Groves, and you got a
you got a high
20% chance of getting it right.
Get it right, and also a little help that time. But number 16, Carson Craig that time. But again, it just shows you the team speed that the Indians have, T-Roy, because it looked like we're about to break one, and then there they go, an Indian in a maroon jersey bringing us down.
Gain of 6 for Bell. He's got 6 carries and 33 yards here in the early going. Give coming left, Swift. Breaking a couple of tackles, gets free across the 45, picks up his first down before being dragged down there. But once again, good, strong running in the hole by Swift.
T-Roy, number 1, Davis is downfield blocking, and number 21, Levi Patton downfield blocking. And I'm going to go ahead and say it, T-Roy. I don't want to offend anybody. I'm running left side until they stop me.
Goose Tree on the stop. Now Swift, 6 carries for 47. As Hill will roll right, looking to throw, giving ground, got a penalty marker on the play. The pass is incomplete, intended for Bell, Liam Bell. But once again, we got a penalty marker down.
It's going to be against the Indians, T-Roy, so we're going to get us 5 yards out of this one. It'll be 1st and 5, T-Roy.
East Robertson staff. Coach Brooks was on the field. He wanted to get a clarification on that one.
And I'll tell you what, don't let it slip you, T-Roy. It was 1st down, and we put the ball in the air. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. I appreciate that, Coach.
A couple of times they've been in the red zone or knocking on the door. They got down goal-to-goal territory on the last drive, came away with a blocked field goal attempt. First time they had gone down the field, gotten inside the 30, and had penalties and lost plays on the running game that backed them out of field goal range at that point.
And this penalty here will go against the Rockets, T-Roy, so I apologize. I got a little excited.
You were right, Noble. He had indicated, he had pointed to East Robertson to begin with. Ineligible receiver downfield on the Rockets.
I have to assume that rule where you lineman can only get 3 yards, so can't go past 3 yards downfield. Once we put the ball in there, maybe we held the ball too long. One of the linemen got a little anxious. T-Roy got too far drifted downfield.
9:29 left here in the second quarter. Rockets with it at their own 41-yard line, 1st and 15.
That's that inexperience, T-Roy, why you drift down there.
Give coming right. Davis with it. Turns it upfield. He'll pick up 4, maybe 5. Just about got the penalty yardage back. But, Noble, did you see when he gets to the sideline? He runs east and west just fine. But, boy, when he can get his body turned north and south, it's a big difference. That's a load coming at you.
It is, T-Roy, and he came up favoring, looked like his right side that time. I'm not sure what part of the body it is, but he's not walking very well. As you can see him coming over here in a 4-set, T-Roy.
Yeah, they're going to work this time. Let's see. He gets back there. Hill fumbles the snap. Now he's running for his life, tries to throw it away, and will they say there's a receiver in the area?
They will say that he's legal there, T-Roy, which means he saved, according to my math,
about
5,
15.
10, 12, about 12 to 15 yards he saved there. That's some good real estate you saved there, Mr. Hill.
Snap came back. Just had trouble handling it. Looked like it's a pretty decent snap. I think he was looking downfield, Noble, before maybe he had it in his grasp, but gets away from him, but did a great job to keep from taking the sack there.
And we seen that wrinkle last week, T-Roy, and I was excited to be able to see him unfold it again.
3rd down, they'll look to throw. Hill against his body there, and he took a shot as he delivered.
Yes,
just
indeed.
Not a lot you could do there if you're Hill. That play He was rolling, throwing against his body. Dallas Caffrey was the Indian who put the shot on Hill as he unloaded.
And as you said there, T-Roy, just the visual of it, because Hill rolling left side and being right-handed quarterback, yes indeed, and having your body just open all like that. So the midsection was just wide open.
So now 4th down, they'll be forced to punt. And now you're getting into a danger zone here if you're the Rockets. You don't want to let East Robertson get too far that you're in the rearview mirror.
You don't. And Cohen Grissom be another golden opportunity for a special teams play by number 25, the freshman this time. T-Roy, pin him inside the 10.
Noble, I'm just going to say this. I don't know that they'll do it or not, but are you at a point right now?
No fake punt.
Okay.
No fake punt, T-Roy. Because, see, you just told us not to allow East Robertson to get too far ahead.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm even thinking fake punt right now.
No, sir. Don't give them any real estate.
They'll back out for the return. And I think they may have got a piece of that one. It's going to roll and be down at about the 34-yard line. So the Indians will take over there. We'll keep it here. 8:15 left, second quarter. And the Indians come back on the field. That offense leading 14-0. And if you're the Rockets, boy, you got to make sure that you have number 5 wrapped up if he gets the football.
And here's the thing, T-Roy. He's easily getting to the second level. He's picking up 4 yards before we even touch him, T-Roy.
They won't worry about him here. He's not in the game to start this series. But that just means you got a Groves out there. So go back to the ground here. Quick burst, and Liam Bell giving a ride there to Elijah Groves as he crosses the 40 out to about the 41.
And T-Roy, again, we don't make contact until they pick up about 4 yards.
Yeah. Bell just came from the side, just kind of jumped on his back to try to take him down, and Groves carried Liam another couple of yards on top of it. Pickup of 6. Second down, we'll call it a short 4 from their own 41-yard line.
We got to fill the gap, T-Roy. Put a shoulder pad on them.
2 receivers to the left as back to the ground they go. Inside now, outside, shifting his feet, getting into the middle of the field. Groves, little shake and bait between defenders. What a run by Groves. He's going to take it to the house. Tip your hat. What a spectacular run by Groves.
The only answer for that, T-Roy, is to fill the gap, put a shoulder pad on him. So that young man there, T-Roy, started off right, had a hole, cut it back left against the grain, then brought it back right again. The vision, the speed.
Barry Sanders would be proud. That was a joystick move right there. He changed direction so many times, I don't think you could have kept up with it. What a beautiful run by Isaiah Groves.
It was highlight. It was a highlight reel.
Man. On for the point after try. And this big strike East Robertson offense has lived up to their advanced billing. Now 21-0 with 7:21 left here, second quarter. We'll take a break.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Stop in and visit Mac Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mac Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mac Equipment.
Isaiah Groves, the sophomore, a 59-yard touchdown run. A highlight reel job there by Groves. 21-0 Indians now, and that quick strike offense, they have gotten it in gear.
You don't see it very often, but if they get to the second level, T-Roy, you at a disadvantage.
You can see with the offensive prowess that they have why they're 7-1 right now. On the return, Rockets getting free as Bell, having himself a nice game, refused to go down Good kickoff return gives them excellent starting field position again from their own 37-yard line. We go back to talk about Prince. 92 yards on the ground for him, 82 for Groves, 174 yards combined here, and we have not reached the halfway point of the second quarter yet.
And T-Roy, I know you'll be able to tell us, and Mr. Sweeney will tell us at halftime, but that does sound like a lot of yards, but it sounds like a whole lot of yards when you tell me how many touches they actually have had.
They have had 8 touches.
8 touches. Wow.
4 apiece.
Wow.
Rockets back to the offense. To the ground again, to the 40, 45. Swift, nice running, cuts it across the field, but an excellent job, and that could have been a touchdown-saving tackle. Coming up was Elijah Groves, the junior.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy, and I seen the free safety back here. He might have had an angle that time because he had about 15-yard difference between him and Swift that time that he may have been able to make it interesting with Swift, but Swift had a whole lot of sideline over there, T-Roy.
Good hard running as he'll pick up his first down out to the 48-yard line. Swift now 7 carries for 58 yards. And Noble, I'm looking at East Robertson right now. You know they've won their region championship. You look at them going into the playoffs. Offensively, they are dynamic. Defensively, maybe if you get against a really good team, and these Rockets have run the football well, they've kind of shot themselves in the foot. Should be maybe a 21-14 game right now.
I'll tell you what, T-Roy, you can certainly run on them. You can certainly run on them. So any team that they see in the postseason, they'll look at this film and they'll be able to say, you can certainly run on these young men here. So, and I'll say you this. You get a decent team in the playoffs with a decent running game. I wouldn't pass it all on them. I just run, and I'll run the clock, and I'll run up and down the field.
Yeah, you keep those athletes off the field, exactly. Back to the ground with Swift. That time good penetration by East Robertson as he will inch it down to about the Indian 45 before being taken down there. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3. And Noble, I'm right there with you. I think that ground game, if you can avoid the turnovers, take advantage of the opportunities. The Rockets have had it in plus territory 2 times. Don't have any points to show for it right now.
We cannot say anything about the Rockets running game.
No,
it's been effective.
It's been very effective.
And I tell you what, it's the formula for actually getting back in this game.
Pitch coming left. Bell trying to cut it outside, and I don't think forward progress is going to give him his first down, Noble.
No, T-Roy, the marker. He's already marked the spot with his left foot. He's a half a yard short.
No decision here. You got to go for this.
I agree with you, T-Roy, and here's the difference. A second ago, you had the conversation with me. It was 14-0. You was trying to stay in the game.
But I was trying to tell you, I don't want it to be 21-0. It got to be 21-0.
I do understand, but here's the thing.
I know, I got
yes,
you.
Indeed.
Yes.
You got to require a little bit from your defense.
Yeah.
And they got to do something when they get back on defense. Hopefully we can score right here, T-Roy.
4th and half a yard. Hill under center.
That'll do it, T-Roy. That'll give him the first down. Good job. Yes, indeed. Ryan Hill going up there, barking a little bit. I appreciate that. Roof, roof.
East Robertson, those great athletes, they're trying to anticipate that snap count, and as they did, Hill gave them just enough inflection. It'll pick up his first down.
Use it against them. Use that leverage that they have against them, T-Roy.
And Noble, to be honest with you, not worried about 4th down and half a yard. I'm going for that all day long, and just about with this way this offensive line and backs have played, they haven't had any couple of carries that have been minus yardage?
Not very many at all, T-Roy, so left side.
And that was back-to-back on that opening drive. Davis going right, and once again, penetration gets to him there.
T-Roy, I ain't trying to make this hard, difficult at all, my man, but I just got to tell you, I'm going left side till they do something to me. They're going to have to stop me, T-Roy. So here's an opportunity. And I'll tell you what, it may not be a bad idea to unwrap G-squared, T-Roy. Now we got the ball in the middle of the field. Look like I tell you what, can I put G-squared at tight end and let him leak out in the flag route?
They used that very effectively last week. But the running game, as you said, has been so good.
It's been very effective.
They haven't had to. Gibbs straight up the middle. Bell twisting and turning in the hole. He's going to pick up his first down, drag a couple more tacklers for about 3 or 4 additional yards, ends up down at the East Robertson 24. Bell having quite a first half.
He's having quite a first half. Wait till you hear these stats, T-Roy. You're going to hear Mr. Sweeney tell us, now we're going to be very effective in the running game. It's going to take us quite a few more touches than it take East Robertson, but the running game is how we get back in this game and how we manage the clock as well.
8 for 49. As you say, the Rockets are over 100 yards rushing on their own here in the first half with just under 4 minutes left.
And unfortunately, T-Roy, we don't have any points on the board.
Right now, you got to take advantage of it. They go back inside to the ground game, and Noble, what you would really love to see here is run this clock down, score with very little time left in the first half. You get the second half kickoff.
Now, that's why you're the best play-by-play guy in the world, my man. I love the way you think, my man. Allow your running game to dictate how this game is played, T-Roy.
You get it back to a one-score game, then you're back in the ball game.
Certainly are.
Clock still moving. 3:10 left here, second quarter. As the pitch comes right, Bell working his way up the field, and Noble, he's running with authority. Guys are not being able to bring him down with arm tackles, running through those first contact tackles or tackle attempts and picking up additional yardage now, third down and short.
He's able to take advantage of his speed, T-Roy, and the vision clearly with that sweep, that tall sweep that they're doing, very effective. You're getting him to the edge right outside the defensive end quickly.
I just think he looks so much better. I think his injury situation, he's maybe one of the few that's maybe improving a little bit. They go back to the ground running hard. North and south there is Swift, and that was a really tough carry inside to pick up his first down.
You know the difference that I just recognized? Multiple games, Swift has been able to be the one they've gotten to the corner. Now they're running Swift inside tonight. Yeah. He's having to earn his this evening.
Yeah, Swift, 66 yards for him, 57 for Bell. So quite a 1-2 punch here for the Rockets in the first half. They just need to punch it in right here, get some points on the board.
Look at you, 1-2 punch it in. I like that. They hit him with the jab, got a little Swift jab, and then you got a little Bell jab.
From the 17, first and 10, back to the ground they go. That offensive line doing a great job over on the left side. Ball comes free. Was he down? East Robertson's going to end up with his football. Let's see what they say.
I'm looking at the man from the sideline, T-Roy. He's already made his mind up.
I don't think the ground can cause the fumble there.
Cannot.
Yeah. They're going to leave it with the Rockets. First down.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy. Here we go.
Ball down inside the 5 at the 3.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy.
Minute and a half left, clock moving. You just be patient right here. You got all the time in the world if you're the Rockets.
Quarterback sneak is open, T-Roy. Quarterback sneak is open.
Hill, give, left side, inching his way forward. Did he get the football over the plane?
No,
They're going to room him just short. Swift at the half-inch line. But Noble doesn't bother me there. Take all the time you want to. No, East Robertson now, they're going to say, hey, we want to have a little time left for our offense. They're going to take a timeout. 1:17 left here, second quarter, 21-0 Indians. East Robertson. Hey, I can't tell y'all enough. I'm very proud of the job y'all are doing. Y'all are doing a wonderful job.
My hands are freezing, bro.
Me too, dude.
Oh, my gosh.
And welcome back as the Rockets knocking on the door. We just want to shut the door right now.
I tell you what, we want
keep the heat in.
We want to bust the door. They finna bust this door open, but yes, indeed, we want to shut the door in where we're at. But I tell you what, I could be wrong, T-Roy, but I'm 100% gonna ask for the same play. I need my man, the freshman.
This is pretty fun though. I don't think we've ever done this before. We're leaning out the door to see one angle. We've got a dingy glass for a second angle, and then we get down to the other end of the field, we got the open window. So we had all angles here tonight. Second and goal, Hill burrows his way forward and give him 6. Ryan Hill.
Game's not that difficult, T-Roy. Not that difficult at all. inside the one, my man. And anybody who's been watching football for a long time, you don't hike the ball and then turn around and hand it off 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And don't work. It just kills me. When you get the ball there, don't work out of the shotgun. Get your butt up under the center and take it into the end zone.
Real simple, T-Roy, real simple.
Just like Ryan Hill. Made himself small, got behind that big offensive line and pushed it home. 21-6 ball game. G-Square on for the point after try to hold a Matlock. Snap and set are good. Kick is good as well. And the Rockets on the board here with 1:11 left in the first half. New score, East Robertson 21 and Forrest 7.
This broadcast on TC Sports 1 brought to you by Advanced Eye Care Clinic, home of the real Dr. J, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan. By Amigos Mexican Grill, authentic Mexican cuisine. By Apex Bank, a top performer amongst Tennessee community banks. By Benchmark Physical Therapy, where they'll get you back in the game. By Brooks Grocery, where you'll find your next favorite food. Also brought to you by Dr. William Bell at Chapel Hill Family Dentistry. By Clint's Air Care, your local ring dealer. By Farm Bureau Insurance, auto, life, health, and homeowners. By First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking. We're brought to you by Highway 99 Storage, now with climate control units. By J&J Automotive, your one-stop auto shop. By Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Services, serving since 1939. By Lewisburg Animal Hospital, your other family doctor. By Mac Equipment, your local Cub and Exmark dealer. And by the town of Chapel Hill, moving forward with strong tradition.
12 plays, 63 yards. It took 6 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock. Ryan Hill, the finishing touches from 1 yard away, 21-7 Indians.
There's your formula, T-Roy. There's your formula. 12 plays, touchdown, took 6 minutes off the clock.
Bounding kick that will be taken by one of the up men at the 34. He'll take a knee quickly, and East Robertson still got a minute 9 and a couple of timeouts.
This will tell you if East Robertson has any confidence at all in their passing game. If they don't even try to pass the ball, then that'll tell you, and I'll say this to you, Troy.
When you're going 60 and 70 yards a pop, why you need to pass?
I'll give you that. But you talking about them with bit futuristic plans and all that.
Yeah.
They're going to be one-dimensional with the running game, and this defense that East Robertson got is very suspect, Roy. So they're going to need to be able to try to pass the ball because that formula won't get you 5 games in the playoffs.
They're going to spread it out a little bit. Back to the ground they go. Running room up the middle. Prince, that time, good job filling the hole.
Look at it. That's my man Swift, and that's all I asked for was some shoulder pads on him, T-Roy. That's all I ever asked for.
That time he tried to bounce it, and Swift bounced him right to the turf. Gain of about 5 and a quick timeout for the Indians. Let's keep it here. As Noble, you head into the half here. This is a very important drive for both squads. East Robertson scores again before the break. It's back to a 3-score game. Forrest able to stop them here. You get the football to start the second half. You score, you're back to a 1-score game.
And I'll say this, Troy, to be real clear with you, it's 58 seconds left in the first half. I'm going to slow it down so it doesn't sound anything other than thought process. 58 seconds. If the Rockets cannot stop them here, knowing that there's no such thing as a passing game, it really does not matter what happens second half, T-Roy.
Yeah.
Because the same formula going to be all night. If they can score in 58 seconds, we got problems, Troy.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But you hope against all hope here that you can make it happen. If you got your Forrest blue glasses on here, you want to get those 58 seconds away and get the football back.
And that's what I'm saying. This sets up for success for the Rockets is all I'm saying. They only have 58 seconds to stop them. They know the run is coming. 3
receivers to the right. They're going to run that way. Prince going to try to get out of bounds, but he'll stay in bounds. Picks up his first down. So he gets into Rocket territory at the 46. Noble, that was a quick 16.
It was, T-Roy, and it didn't take him about 4 or 5 strides to be able to get there.
And they used those receivers on this right side as extra blockers.
40 seconds. Come on.
Back to the fumble the snap. Cook, he'll head to the center of the field, and he'll be hit and taken down. Busted play. And Noble, had he realized he had time, the rush had not gotten to him yet, he could have picked that football up. He had time to go downfield with it.
He did, T-Roy, but I don't think he wanted any part of it. He just expected to hand that ball off that time.
Now, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back. 30 seconds left here in the first half.
Hometown banking. It's having your decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take the time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits while still being able to talk to a living, breathing human. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Cook to throw out of the backfield, down the sideline, 20-15, sidesteps a would-be tackler. It's a race to the pylon and pushed out of bounds finally. Noble, that was just that quick little swing and then excellent athleticism. It was all Sean Groves, the senior, as he avoided a would-be tackler at about the 20, picked up an extra 15, and they're knocking on the door now with 21 seconds left.
And I'll tip my hat off to East Robertson, the Indians, that time, T-Roy. That's a West Coast offense there, put the ball in the hand of their playmaker in open space. I did not see that one coming. I tip my hat to the Indians that time.
Spread the field here from just inside the 10. Pressure coming. They pick it up, lob into the back corner of the end zone, and that pass is – did he stay in? Yes. Caught for the touchdown. Noble, that was just excellent touch. Your big wide receiver, Elijah Groves. Groves will go about 6'2", 6'3". They just lob it up, let him go play catch. Nicely executed.
High pointed it, T-Roy. Ball was up in the air, high pointed at that time, and just went up there and a nice little soft touch that time. And that's all you want to do is give the wide receiver an opportunity. You want to put the ball inside the lines there, give him an opportunity to come down with his feet down. T-Roy.
Well executed by Cook. That was a nice throw. Point after try is in the air, and it is good, and the Indians get the job done just before halftime. 15 seconds left here in the second quarter. 28-7 East Robertson.
Hometown banking. It's having your decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take the time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits while still being able to talk to a living, breathing human. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
15 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The Rockets would love to get one here as the kick taken at the 15. A couple of blockers in front of him, 20, 25, out to the 30 as he'll stay on his feet before finally being dropped. That's Bell. So one play, maybe a couple left here for the Rockets. 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
You can get 2 out of that, T-Roy. We had 8 seconds last week. You can get 2 out of that. We had the same conversation last week. That first play, make sure you get it done in 7 seconds. All you need in football is 1 second on the clock.
Hooking lateral?
Hey, I tell you what, that's a great call, but I tell you what, let's put the ball in the air and maybe get a little help from the official on the first play.
Okay.
And maybe a PI, get us a pass interference, and maybe we'll get an untimed down or something.
Hill under center. They'll give, coming off the right side and take it down just across the 35 as they'll be content to go to the half They'll get it to start this second half of action here from Cross Plains with the 7-1 Indians proving why they are 7-1 and averaging almost 35 a game, 28 on the board here at halftime as they lead the Rockets 28-7. We'll head to break. We'll be back with your halftime stats and more here on TC Sports 1.
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upney. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
And here at the break, the Indians of East Robertson, number 5 in the state in AA, they lead it 28-7 here at the break. Dynamic offense here in the first half for the Indians. Rockets ran up and down the field, but only 7 points to show for it here at the break. We'll hear from Ricky Sweeney here in just a few moments as he is working our halftime totals for us. And you know, we're looking at this thing big picture right now, Noble. I'm with you. Definitely impressed by this offensive output. They have a tremendous amount of skill, speed, size, and strength on the offensive side for East Robertson, but it's that defense that's going to have to hold up if they make a long run in the playoffs.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy. You're talking about 5 games postseason. Obviously, with the offense that we've seen here tonight for the Indians, clearly, whomever their first 2 opponents are, you can just look in. You can look on your phone on Saturday and see that they blew them first two rounds out. But when you start getting a little deeper in the playoffs, so easily they got a team out here. I won't disrespect the Indians. They easily got a team that'll get them to the 3rd round easily. T-Roy.
Yeah, I can definitely see that, Noble. And like I say, you get the right matchup, their offense is going to be able to put up enough points that it's going to be tough. It's going to put a lot of pressure on the opposing team, even if you don't have a tremendously stout defense. You just make a few stops here and there.
Yes, indeed. And the Eagles, Indians, their defense, that'll be suspect, T-Roy. And there is no such thing as a formula when you start to think about as wide as Tennessee is and all the teams that play, you just can't expect to get around 4th round or in that championship game and expect this formula here to be successful. Well,
and you just think about Noble in the first half. If you're the Rockets, you walk in and you say, hey, I'm probably going to say 150 yards total as a team rushing the football in the first half. You know, you've lived on their side of the 50. You just haven't scored like you did last week.
And again, T-Roy, it all depends on, I guess, how you want to look at it. Because if the Indians were listening to us, they would easily say, hey, the Rockets have to stop the Indians, but it's the big strikes. It's the big strikes. So what the Rockets are having to do is the same thing the Rockets have been known to do for the 6 years we've been here. They just need to fill the gap, T-Roy. Fill that gap, bring the linebackers in and put a helmet and a shoulder pad on somebody. And if they can effectively do that, then they'll be able to stop some of these guys. And we just don't know how the Indians will hold up if you put a little contact on them. And if you put a helmet up on them, I don't know how they'll hold up. But the problem seems to be is that the Rockets, that gaping hole that the Indians have, nobody's filling the hole for the Rockets on defense. Linebackers are not feeling like we've seen them in the past. And the Indians, with these skilled players they have, once they get to that second level, Mr. Sweeney, it's just a foot race. And you don't want to be in a foot race with about 3 of these guys for the Indians.
Yeah, they don't need a lot of blocking tonight. As you're going to listen to these stats, you're going to see why exactly when they get through that line of scrimmage. Just turn on the afterburners and they're gone. First half stats, The Rockets had 33 rushing attempts, good for 142 yards. Nothing out of 2 passing tonight. So total offense for the Rockets in the first half, all on the ground, 142. East Robertson, not that many plays, but very efficient. 10 rushes for 197 yards. No,
Say that again?
19.7 per carry. 10 rushes for 197 yards. 2 of 4 passing for 42 yards and 1 touchdown passing. Total offense for East Robertson, 239. They had the big kickoff return to start the game, so big plays, a lot of total yards, a lot of all-purpose yards for East Robertson.
Mrs. Sweeney, I don't want to slow you down, but let me make sure I heard you correctly. I know they have the kick return, but all they have is 14 offensive plays?
That's correct.
Wow.
Big, efficient plays tonight. 10 for 197 again on the ground. Individually, for your Rockets, Ryan Hill, 3 carries, -4, but he's got the Rocket touchdown on a quarterback sneak. Tate Swift, hard running game. I'm impressed with his hard running tonight. I heard you guys talk about it. 11 carries for Tatum for 76 yards. Liam Bale, again, hard running for Liam tonight. 11 carries for 60 yards. Eli Bale, 2 carries for 2 yards. Chris Davis, tough going for Chris tonight. 5 carries for 4 yards. Antonio Marable, 1 carry for 4 yards. Rocket only had 1 penalty for 5 yards in the first half. Individually for East Robertson, Zeke Prince, 5 carries, 113. Colin Cook, 1 carry for 2 yards. Isaiah Groves, 4 carries for 82 yards. There's where your 19.7 comes into play right there.
Yes, indeed.
A couple of pass receptions tonight, both of them going to East Robertson. Eli Groves caught 1 for 9 yards and a touchdown. What a great catch that was, leaping high into the air. Good coverage by the Rockets, but he went up and got it.
He high-pointed that one, yes, indeed. He used the height that he was given to get
like
that.
Kellen Winslow back in the day. I'm going to give that one to you. Sean Groves, 1 catch for 33 yards. East Robertson leads it here at halftime, 28-7.
And we're going to take a break. Thank you for some of our fine sponsors.
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital serves the veterinary needs of Marshall County. They've grown to a 4-doctor practice specializing in small animal medicine. They offer advanced medicine, surgery, and nursing care in a personal and relaxed environment with the utmost compassion for their patients. For your pet's grooming and boarding needs, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital. Call 931-359-5945 to schedule an appointment for your pet.
$28-7 here at the break as we see the Rocket players and coaches huddled down in that far end zone. And Noble, on a night like tonight, that's a cold place to be.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy. And I've stepped out a couple times, and it's kind of getting a little frosty out there, T-Roy. Me and Mr. Sweeney, we was having a little side conversation, T-Roy. We'll get back to talking some other things in a minute, but football on my mind for a second. 35 offensive plays for the Rockets, 14 for the Indians of East Robertson, T-Roy.
Wow.
14 offensive plays.
What does that tell you? And looking at the stats, 9 carries, 195 yards combined for Isaiah Groves and Zach Prince.
And that's pretty much, if you were to just tune in at halftime and just hear those stats, that pretty much explains why the score is what it is, T-Roy. They don't need the ball very long, and they quick strike offense, T-Roy, quick strike offense. And again, the holes that they have been afforded, they've taken full advantage of that with their gifted speed.
Yeah, and, I was talking with Coach Homer Jones, a little bit during the break while y'all were giving the stats. And, he was talking about, hey, defensively, we just got to stop. Our linebackers are kind of overrunning things that you've got to be responsible for that cutback lane. And, they're overrunning the play, leaving that cutback lane. It's something they want to clean up that they've been working on. They said that's one tendency that we've had this year that we haven't been able to clean up. So, that's something they really worked on a lot, but they just haven't executed it as well in the game. And we see, you got a guy like Prince that can cut back like he did. That one run he made, and, of course, Groves, the highlight reel job he did, that was a superhuman effort. You're going to have great tackling there, but it just shows you that, you've got to be against a team like this, you've got to be fundamentally sound.
And that's the reason why whenever you get a coaching staff that is gifted, and when I say gifted, I don't mean the coaching staff has a gift themselves. I mean when they're gifted, when they get some gifts and they have athletes, it's just simple, T-Roy. You just drop the plays and put the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And that's all we've been watching, T-Roy, is that those plays you talk about with Groves and it's just simply in open space, T-Roy, and his vision to be able to see and plant that foot and be able to get to the other sideline and just beat you no matter what your angle is, T-Roy.
Just a wonderful job by him. Let's take another break here at halftime. We'll be back with more as we get set for your second half of action here on TC Sports 1.
Don't know what I would do without you to show me the way and the truth. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you. If I didn't have you.
Your local agents, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
And welcome back. Once again, I want to thank all of our fine sponsors for help making this broadcast possible here tonight. I ask that you please go out and spend your money locally, support these fine folks as they have supported us to be able to help us bring you all of the football, baseball, basketball, softball games that we've been able to do over the course of these last 6 years. We appreciate them and ask that you go out and please support your local sponsors. Here at the half, as the Rockets about to get started loosening up, we've got about 2.5 minutes on the clock before kickoff. And Noble, I think job one, you got to make sure you punch it in here on the opening drive. You got to have points.
You do, T-Roy, and it's really that simple. It's really that simple, and I tell you what, that's just as simple. You know how to punch it in. It's the running game. So you know how to punch it in. You know what you have to do. So it just simply boils down to that, T-Roy. And again, the formula is to run the ball, run it so effectively that you take time off the clock and play solid defense, T-Roy.
Yeah.
Got to play solid run support defense.
That's been the thing. As we said, 142 yards rushing in the first half. That's the blueprint for success. A lot of offensive plays, keep the dynamic playmakers off the field. It's just been when they've been on the field they've done the damage.
And that's it, T-Roy. And that just tells you how dynamic they are. They're doing this on limited touches. They're doing this on limited touches. And Mr. Sweeney, he said it best. You got 14 offensive plays for the Indians versus 35 offensive plays for the Rockets. And that ultimately tells you why 28 points was put up there with the kick return there. It's a dynamic group that the Indians have over there.
Let's take another break here from another couple of our fine sponsors as we get set for your third quarter coming up here on TC Sports 1.
You can't have it all. At Brooks Grocery, they've got farm fresh fruits and vegetables, a deli with a selection of freshly prepared favorites, Brooks specialties like Ava's pimento cheese and Adam's chicken salad, freshly made pies, cakes, and desserts. And who could possibly forget the best meat department you'll find anywhere? Great selection, online ordering, and friendly customer service. Brooks Grocery, the place you'll find your next favorite food.
Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal was to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
Welcome back, folks. Do want to emphasize once again, thank you to all of our fine sponsors. They gave a couple of extra minutes to the teams to get loose. So I want to take a couple of extra commercial spots, get some extra breaks in for our sponsors, and we'll be back with your second half.
Know that with Apex Banking Online, you can access your accounts, pay bills, and send money to friends and family anytime. Our online banking feature gives you the advantage of secure banking right from anywhere. With our mobile app and online services, banking has never been more convenient. We're here to serve you wherever you go. Visit us in Chapel Hill or call 931-246-7105. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway.
Nice way of saying they took.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mack Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our two other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mack Equipment.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on! Yes, let's go!
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
And once again, thanks to all of our fine sponsors as TC Sports One. Happy to be able to bring you Forrest Athletics here on a cold night and getting colder by the minute here at East Robertson. It will be definitely a frosty condition by in the morning and pretty cool right now as it's 28-7 as we get set for this second half of action. Noble for the Rockets, as we said, I think it just just comes down to the point. You got to punch the ball in the end zone. You're going to have a field goal here. You got to get 6.
You do, T-Roy, and on the other side of that, T-Roy, I don't want to be redundant, but you got to start filling the gap. You got to start, them linebackers got to come up and maybe a little help from the secondary to safety or something and a couple corners or something. But those big holes we've been talking about, those got to be filled. You got to get off your block and those got to be filled because, as I was saying before they left for the half, T-Roy, if the defense doesn't stop the Indians, then it really does not matter what the offense does, T-Roy.
True.
Defense got to show up.
True. But right now, offense is going to be on the field, so you got to get yourself within a couple of scores here. And, again, the formula for success is they've had to really do a nice job of running the football and getting time off the clock. They just haven't been able to score every time they've had it.
Got to finish. Got to execute once you get down there inside the red zone, striking zone. So I just tell you what, it's going to be 4-down territory the whole second half, T-Roy.
I'm with you, Noble. Nothing to lose. Going to angle down. Be taken, trying to get center of the field. Good return set up here as Bell. Nice job. Gives them, once again, Noble, good starting field position.
I tell you what, T-Roy, I could be wrong. Now, I know we've been doing running back by committee all year, but you could correct me. I may be off by one game somewhere, but this may be, as far as 2 running backs go, this the best as far as Swift and Bell has gone. This the best showing they've had, particularly in one half, right?
Really nicely done, yes. Good starting field position from the 40. They'll pitch. Swift coming right. Noble, I think he was going to try to throw that football. Lost the handle as they were going downfield. He was able to pick it up and ends up losing about 6.
I tell you what,
Ayers was streaking down the right sideline.
Hey, he's still down there with his. He's still down there thinking about what if. So you're absolutely correct. If body language is any indication.
Mm-hmm. And again, I think he was like Hill was in the first half. He took just a peek as the ball was coming back to him. Loss of 6. Second down, back to the ground, and here comes Davis, pounding it north and south this time, just runs over a couple of folks. And a nice gain on second down by Davis gets it into a much more manageable third down situation here.
Let me ask you, T-Roy, the play that we were getting ready to witness, do you wait all the way to the fourth quarter before you bring that back? How soon do we get to see that?
I don't know. I mean, right here, you're 2-down territory as we've talked about. I don't know. Maybe you've seen that already, that you don't come up till a little later in the game. I don't know.
I mean, the ball obviously has to go in there at some point in time, but there's obviously run here.
Pitch, trying to get outside, eluding a couple of tacklers as Bell staying on his feet before finally being wrestled down. Back at about the 47-yard line, so loss on the play now to bring up third down.
Indians got off their blocks that time, T-Roy. They came up and they filled the gap that time. Forced the running back that time, Bell, to hesitate a little bit. Had a little pursuit from the backside as well.
So Rockets now looking to keep this drive going here. They've got it back at their own 46-yard line. Got to get just on the other side of the 50 for their first down. Third down and 4.
Got a heavy package on the left side, T-Roy. Heavy package.
Hill came out of there, lost the football. He was able to fall back on it. But now it's going to bring up fourth down. And, Noble, we've talked about it. I just think you got to go for it here.
I agree with you, T-Roy, and that would have got the first down right there. That would have easily picked up the first down.
Noble, cold night. We've seen a lot of shaky handoffs tonight, and this is the first time it's really been down much more frigid temperatures tonight. People had a hard time holding on to the football.
I give you that, and that's interesting. First game, as you said, a little frigid. You don't know at this stage if you want to wear gloves or don't want to wear gloves at this stage of the season.
4th and 5. Give. Bouncing it out. Bell trying to get to the sticks. He'll keep working, and I think he got it.
He got all that, T-Roy.
Wow.
And some.
What an effort.
An individual effort, T-Roy. He bounced off a blocker, still needed 2.5 yards, bounced off of him, tucked the ball away, secured it, and then got the rest of the yards he needed. That is, that's a terrible spot, T-Roy.
Oh, got that. Oh, he's not going to have it with the way they spotted it, is he?
He got it. They gave it to him. He got it. He got more than what they gave him.
The marker was on the other side of the 50. I'm glad he got it. Cut now. Good job. Good hard running again across the 45 down to about the 43. They just keep moving the sticks.
not only good hard running, but he showed the poise, T-Roy, the patience. He hesitated slightly to allow his blocks to continue to formulate, and then he bounced it outside. He showed you that extra little special gift that he was giving, T-Roy. Excellent job of running the ball that time, Swift.
Gain of almost 8 on the play. Second and a short 3 here. 8:52, clock moving left here in the third quarter. Opening salvo of the second half for the Rockets, trailing 28-7.
Run left. Tell me if you've heard this before, T-Roy.
Pearson, short side left. They go back right with Davis. Cuts it back inside across the 40. Picks his first down up with good body lean as he will fall forward to the 37. Noble, again, plants that foot. Good quick move by Davis. He picked up 5 there on a good instinct run by Chris.
That's what's special about him, T-Roy, is ever since I've been introduced to him and been watching him from the booth, he tries as quickly as he can to be decisive and get north and south.
And that's when he is at his best. First down, Rockets from the East Robertson 37. Pearson, receiver to the left, back to the ground they go. Hammering it forward, and East Robertson had him back at about the 38, but he's still going to end up being taken down at about the 35. Excellent job by Swift as he just carried a couple of guys with him.
Keep in mind, T-Roy, under 8 minutes left, ticking off the clock, still moving the ball. So the formula is a formula for success.
And that, again, is what we've said. If you see this group later on in the playoffs, that's what you're going to want to do.
Oh, man. I tell you what, East Robertson, they mess around and get behind a score against somebody, they're going to be in trouble.
Rolling, heel, looking. Unloads across the middle, pass tipped in the air and caught. Linebacker got a hand on it as he was dropping in coverage, but it went right into the hands of the Rockets.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy, and I may be wrong on the number. I think that was Alacron that time, number 54, linebacker that time, as old coach would say, tip drill that time. I heard coach in the booth up here say tip drill. And Pearson, excellent job of keeping your eye locked in on the ball.
Nice job by Reggie with the catch. Good job by Pearson as they go back to the ground. Slashing forward, center of the field, staying on his feet, bouncing it outside now, back inside. Good hard running. Here comes the pile. Here comes the push. Did they get him over the finish line? No, down at the 1.
Tell you what,
that was a punishing run.
I tell you what, T-Roy. You know I want the ball to go to Hill because it's easier that way, but Swift has earned the right to get that ball back. You need to get that ball to number 2, Coach.
Yes, sir. That was an absolute gem.
That young man there, he ran, showed you all his heart. He has earned the right to get that ball again right here, right now.
15 for 101 now for Swift. And the Indians are trying to stop the momentum here. Taking a timeout as almost half of this third quarter gone by. Rockets knocking on the door.
This broadcast on TC Sports 1 brought to you by Advanced Eye Care Clinic, home of the real Dr. J, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan. By Amigos Mexican Grill, authentic Mexican cuisine. By Apex Bank, a top performer amongst Tennessee community banks. By Benchmark Physical Therapy, where they'll get you back in the game. By Brooks Grocery, where you'll find your next favorite food. Also brought to you by Dr. William Bell at Chapel Hill Family Dentistry. By Clint's Air Care, your local ring dealer. By Farm Bureau Insurance, auto, life, health, and homeowners. By First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking. We're brought to you by Highway 99 Storage, now with climate control units. By J&J Automotive, your one-stop auto shop. By Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Services, serving since 1939. By Lewisburg Animal Hospital, your other family doctor. By Mac Equipment, your local Cub and Exmark dealer. And by the town of Chapel Hill, moving forward with strong tradition.
East Robertson creeping close, give, burrowing forward and into the end zone. Touchdown Rockets.
I think they called Liam Bell's number that time, T-Roy.
Excellent job by the Rockets, just punishing football. That was a grown man drive there, Noble, and if you are in a lead That's a take the starch out of your opponent drive right there. Half of the third quarter almost eaten up by the Rockets.
Exactly, T-Roy. I tried to tell you, my man, if East Robertson ever get behind, they're going to be in trouble.
11-play drive for the Rockets. They pounded in from 2 yards away. G Square's point after is in the air, and it is good. And with 6:28 left here, third quarter, Rockets take the opening kickoff. They score. It's now 28-14.
Hometown banking. It's having your decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take the time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits while still being able to talk to a living, breathing human. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
And welcome back. It was an 11-play, 60-yard drive covering 5 minutes and 32 seconds of the third quarter. Gets them back within 28-14. And Noble, you just love to have somebody fumble a kickoff right here.
I tell you what, T-Roy, we know the formula, so we got one half of it already in the books. Let's play some defense, gentlemen. Let's fill the holes, make a couple tackles, get the ball back to the offense.
Onside kick. It squirts free. Are they going to be able to get it? I think they did. Rockets sideline saying they got it.
Rockets got it. Watch the official. Boom!
Yes, sir. G Square bounced that one high. They got a couple of guys under it. It squirts free, and the Rockets have the football.
I tell you what, T-Roy, forget about postseason. I tell you what, the Indians in trouble tonight. Let's go get them, Rockets. Yes, indeed, the Rockets. Let's go get them. Let's show East Robertson what we made of.
Rockets doing what they have to do to get themselves back into this contest.
Tell you what, T-Roy, get themselves back into the contest. I tell you what, they got 6 minutes and 23 seconds left in the third. Let's go ahead and run this ball, make it a one-score game.
Heading into the fourth.
There you go, T-Roy. I like how you finished my statement for me.
Take off about another 6 minutes here.
Yes, indeed. And then you know what they'll say? Sir, we have ourselves a game.
Hey, you definitely have a chance to make it a game right here. Now just grab the bull by the horns if you're the Rockets. You're going to be forced to take a timeout here. It's a little bit too long there to get this one underway. We'll keep it here. And Noble, that was a great job of getting on that after one of the Indians touched it. Great job by the Rockets knocking him off the football and finding a way to dig that out of the pile.
Executed to perfection, T-Roy. That's exactly the way you work on it. When you're in practice, they got a little hands team up there. Obviously, there's one guy. He understands his job is to try to hit that first line there. If anybody touches the ball, you want to separate them, but certainly, it all starts with G squared. It starts with that kick. You got to have a nice bounce, and it's got to go 10 yards. You got to give yourself a chance. And as you said, T-Roy, whenever someone touches it, you need one of them white jerseys to be able to separate him from the ball.
And the only regret I have is I couldn't see who came out of there with it.
No, it was too crowded in there, T-Roy. I don't think we'll ever know who came out of that until you do an interview or something, because all I seen was maroon and white jerseys laying in there.
First down from the Indian 44. Back to the ground. They'll pound it again. And Noble, here is going to be the interesting thing. You talked about G Square. Look how they are now stacking the box. Everybody, that time when the ball was snapped within 6-7 yards of the ball, they're selling out for the run right now. We saw them go down the field with Ayers. Do you go back now to something like that in the passing game?
Ain't much I need to say, T-Roy. You set it all up, my man, and you know why they in the box, right?
Because they are getting pounded right now.
Yes, indeed. So you got to go downfield, got to go vertical on them.
Give, try to go up the middle once again. Not a lot there. Back just grabs and takes a couple of guys with him into the hole. That should have been no gain whatsoever. They still end up getting 2 or 3 out of it.
See, this is a simple cause and effect, T-Roy. East Robertson, the Indians, they are all in the box because they're getting ran down. The Rockets are running the ball right down their throat. That's why they're in the box. So as a direct result of that, they're saying the Rockets, you all are going to have to force us. You all going to have to put the ball in the air. And here's the thing I like, T-Roy.
Now you're 2 down territory at 3rd and 5. You can run the ball 2 times here if you want.
You can, T-Roy. You certainly can.
3rd and 5, creeping up to the close to the line. Here goes Davis, slashing off that right side, gets through and upended.
I tell you what, you can just run it once. How about that? You ain't got to run it 2 times. You can run it once, pick up the first down. Now, let's set up T-Roy. Now, watch this. Let's catch them by surprise, T-Roy. Now, on first down, like they did in the first half, let's put the ball in the air now. They're not expecting to put it in the air.
Did you see, though, Noble? Linemen are blocking down the field. The back is just right off their shoulder, continuing to just advance it. Same play, left side this time. Across the 20, down to about the 19 as they just keep pounding the rock.
They do keep pounding, T-Roy, and they looking at me, listening to me, and they say, you crazy, man. We're not putting this ball in there. You've been saying run it, run it, run it all night. Now you want to put it in there and catch somebody by surprise?
I'm going to be honest with you right now, Noble. I have to agree with them. Hey, until you stop me, I'm going to keep coming at you.
I tell you what, T-Roy, I just got a little excited. I like it. I like it the first time I said it. Keep running it, Coach. Keep running it.
2nd down and 6 now after the gain of 4. Eating clock. Now they'll throw. And the flat pass is incomplete. Bell unable to reel it in. It'll bring up 3rd down now, but once again, Noble, he brings that one in. He turns it upfield. Sure, 1st down.
Yes, indeed. He had a little man there in the flats. He was going to have to bring him down. He had heavy load there, but I tell you what, Coach was in the same mindset I was in. Everybody's expecting run. We're going to catch them by surprise. So I tell you what, again, 2 down territory. You know exactly what's coming. And here we go back to the first half, T-Roy. Easily able to move the ball. Just got to finish.
Yeah, just got to finish. You think about if you convert this one, Noble, those 2 times when you got down here, or 3 in the first half when you didn't score, become much more important. 3rd and 7. Round the right side, Davis. They were waiting on him, Noble. He gets inside the 20 down to about the 17. 4th down, let's call it a long 4, and of course you have no decision here but to go for it.
Had a few blockers wide out there that time, T-Roy. I thought they were taking that wide, but as a running back, you see that in a little hole, you're supposed to cut it up. So I thought they were going wide with that time, but here's a big down right here, T-Roy. It's big for both teams. Actually, this is the first time I can actually say this is a big down for both teams.
Under 4 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. East Robertson has not run an offensive play yet. This time they get into the backfield and they will take the ball carrier down. Not a lot of chance there. That one sniffed out well as they just sold out to the run, and Swift had absolutely no opportunity to that one.
Yeah, they said, Rockets, I'm going to force you. You're going to have to put the ball in there if you expect to do anything. So, and I tell you what, the Indians did exactly what they were supposed to do. Probability, T-Roy.
They rolled the dice, Noble, and they were correct. They had everyone sold out to the run on that side, and that's exactly where the play went.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy. And I tell you what, if we get that same opportunity next time, we're going to run a little bootleg on them. We're going to let them sell out on the run, but it's going to be Ryan Hill going around the other side.
This quarter has been quickly evaporating here. Is back to the ground now, East Robertson. That's Prince across the 25 out to about the 27-28. Noble, it doesn't take him long to chew up chunks.
I tell you what, T-Roy, he's finished for the night the way he walked off with that with that right leg there,
yes,
T-Roy.
Sir.
He come up a little gimpy that time and went straight down to the ground and getting some attention.
Every fan on the East Robertson side over here is still holding their breath right now. That young man will be a key component to a playoff push for them. 2 receivers to the left side of the field now as Cook will work back to the ground. Give straight up the middle, bouncing through 40, 45, 50. It's a foot race, and nobody is going to catch Groves. Wow.
2 plays.
That was absolutely electric. He got through the hole, Noble. When he got to the second level, it was NC, no contest.
And T-Roy, they said they knew the formula as well, and Need a linebacker to fill that hole, T-Roy. And it's just you put yourself at a huge disadvantage with all that speed they have over there, T-Roy, to let them get in that open space in the second level.
Isaiah Groves, he just goes and proves the old theory. When he's even, he's leaving.
And there it is, T-Roy.
72 yards later, touchdown East Robertson. On for the point after try. Snap good, set good, kick in the air, and it is good as well. New score here with 2:37 left here in the third quarter. East Robertson 35 and Forrest 14.
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
Well, what a stat line for Isaiah Groves. 5 carries, 154 yards, and a couple of scores.
Mr. Isaiah Groves, I find myself correcting myself a lot here lately. I said that if East Robertson ever find themselves behind, they would be in trouble. I owe them an apology, T-Roy. Maybe there ain't no such thing as them being too far behind.
Wow.
When you mess around and get 2 touchdowns up on them, you still got to give them the ball eventually, right?
Exactly.
So it just boils down to they got to be stopped, my man.
59 and a 72 for Groves. Now a little onside kick trying to return the favor as East Robertson. Forrest gets hit hard. Ball jarred free, and East Robertson gets it back.
Robinson gambled, T-Roy, but I tell you what, here's what I'm guessing. I'm going to guess there's a
Ball
flag,
didn't go 10
there's
yards.
a flag on the, and I also didn't think it went 10 because I seen where it was at. I think messed around. I think they hit the Rockets before it went 10
Okay,
yards.
that's
They
going to be.
They hit us
yeah.
before it went 10, T-Roy. There you go. There you go.
Yep.
Now, he's looking at the same game I'm looking at. They can boo all they want. That's the same game I'm looking at, and all we ask the men in the stripe to do is keep it fair.
He hit him right before. It was really close, and I thought they were going to let him by with it, so that was pretty good call.
It's good officiating.
It's
good officiating. The one on this side didn't see that. He was focused on something else, but that's excellent officiating. That's exactly why you have a number of officials around there. Coach doesn't seem to be happy with it, but that's the right call. He can go back and look at the film. He got a little sideline guy whose job is to keep him back. He's doing a great job. Keep him back.
49-yard line of East Robertson is where the Rockets will begin this drive in Noble. How many wasted opportunities tonight for the Rockets?
Hey, they asking the same question, Troy. They asking the same question. Here's the thing, Troy. Here's the thing. They could have beat East Robertson tonight. They could have beat East Robertson tonight, T-Roy.
Yeah.
They could have beat them guys tonight.
Yeah, I'm taking my hats off to the dynamic playmaking ability of East Robertson. But if you're in a regular Forrest season where you're just taking out the hammer and just hammering opponents, they're doing exactly that tonight. They are doing what they want to do. They just have not been successful when they've got down in distance to be able to score.
Yes, indeed. They have not done everything that needed to be done to fully execute. But T-Roy, other than finishing.
Between the 20s, they've run up and down the field.
Yes, there you go. Thank you for saying it that way.
Ball spotted down at the East Robertson 46. Second down, we'll call it 7. Under 2 minutes left here in the third. Back to Hill. Hill trying to work himself free, but he runs into a couple of Indians at about the 45 where he is taken down there. It'll be 3rd down and 6 now.
T-Roy, is it an obvious 3rd down and passing situation, or are we just assuming that since we've had so much success with the run game, we're going to run 2 more times? Because keep in mind, 4th down, Indians showed you what they're going to do. They're going to go with the probability. They're going to bring a blitz, and they're going to bring everybody. But
maybe you swing it out of the backfield. We haven't seen that. Maybe they use a safety valve out of the backfield.
I tell you what, we're in shotgun, so that takes out what I was about to say. I thought maybe we'll get a bootleg.
Hill rolls right, looks, fires toward the sideline. Pass is complete. Good job of tippy-toeing over there on the sideline. Who made the grab? Was that Ayers?
That's number 21, sir.
Let's see.
Van Patten, right?
That was Van Patten,
yes,
yeah.
indeed, Van Patten. And
21, okay.
He went up and got a high ball, too. He come off. He
hey,
got
did you see where his feet were? He did a good job of getting a foot in bounds, too. Just did the little toe drag swag over on the sideline.
I tell you what I seen his feet doing. His feet went past those sticks. I like the fact that he ran his route past the marker.
First down, back to the ground game. Outside, back inside, cutting in the hole.
T-Roy, did you see that? Did you see that? I thought he was going to keep it wide. Swift, he planted that left foot and he cut up. That's what I'm talking about.
Got an injured Indian down on the field. I'm not sure whether that's a cramp. Looks like he's going to get up pretty quickly. So
I tell you what, he walked that off, but he.
Hey, I'm just going to tell you, if you're an East Robertson opponent, you're watching the blueprint here of how to win a football game against the Indians.
Oh, you can rob.
You just got to score. I mean, it's a 21-point game right now, but you think about the drives that Forrest has had tonight, and I can think of, three drives that have been on the East Robertson side of the field where they haven't scored.
Oh, that's blueprint here, T-Roy. You can rob the bank with this, my man. It's showing you the way in, showing you where the vault is at, and it's showing you the way out.
They got the alarm code as well.
All of that. You can rob the bank with this. This blueprint here is very effective, T-Roy.
You know, once again, Noble, you score again here. You got it back to a 2-score game, and as crazy as it sounds, I mean, there's a lot of strange things that could happen. You've already seen one onside kick and get another opportunity. Clock winding down will be the final play of the third quarter here. Hill rolling, looking, firing, passing, a flat caught, turning it upfield. Now back inside. Nice move to elude a couple of would-be tacklers, about 10 extra yards on top of it. And Bell has really had a great game tonight. Another big gain for the Rockets as the third quarter will come to a close here in Cross Plains. 3 in the books. It's East Robertson 35, Forrest 14.
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital serves the veterinary needs of Marshall County. They've grown to a 4-doctor practice specializing in small animal medicine. They offer advanced medicine, surgery, and nursing care in a personal and relaxed environment with the utmost compassion for their patients. For your pet's grooming and boarding needs, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital. Call 931-359-5945 to schedule an appointment for your pet.
I'm sure in it.
I don't think he can hear you.
Welcome back as we get set for your fourth quarter here. Rockets once again on the move, Noble.
They're moving, T-Roy, moving on up what they're doing.
Just got to be able to punch it in here.
Got a little early movement there, T-Roy, a little early that time. A little anxious.
Hey, you see the little drone there that they got doing the action here?
No, I missed it. You
see if I can get a shot of it.
You found an unidentified object somewhere? Oh, look at you. All right.
Yeah.
Look at you. Yes, indeed. You got some pretty good eyesight there, T-Roy. That's all right. It got me looking through this glass. I'm not a glass cleaner or a skyscraper.
You ever seen My Cousin Vinny?
I've seen that several times.
I feel like the glass that we're looking through.
With the Utes, that's a quality movie, classic.
I love the part where the guy's looking through. He tells him how many layers of screen and dirt or whatever. I feel like that's what we're looking out of right here.
Classic movie. That's a classic movie. Joe Pesky and Ralph Macchio at their best.
Penalty on the Rockets, and once again, they pulled out the revolver and took dead aim at their feet once more.
Yeah, they made it certainly more challenging, more complicated than it needed to be. 10 yards back without even snapping the ball.
Work from the gun here. Smeet Patel will be your receiver wide side left, and once again, delay a game on the Rockets.
Wow. Man, we got what's equivalent to a personal foul, T-Roy.
Yeah.
We got what is equivalent to a personal foul.
Now back to the 25-yard line.
My man,
I believe we're going to throw the football here.
I was just finna say, we have put ourselves into a mandatory passing situation.
Quickly to the line. Hill will operate once again from the gun. Tight end right side as they go back to the ground. What do we know? Turning the sideline is Bell. Boy, he has had a great game tonight, just punishing running by Liam Bell.
Yeah, he had a slight little cutback that time, T-Roy. He got a little anxious. He was following his blocks that time. Had a little C open up over there for a second. But I like the play call. Had everybody looking over there to the left, and he had a sea of blue jerseys running out here, white jerseys running out here, leading the way, T-Roy. So
from the 15 now, Noble.
We might run this thing 4 downs.
Second down. Back to the ground. Davis turns it up north and south. He'll pick up 5 quick ones down to the 10. Now you still got another couple of shots here.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy. In on the tackle that time, number 52 for the Indians that time. He stopped a couple of times, Silvich that time for the Indians. He might have stopped about 4 or 5 additional yards that time.
Third down here, Noble.
And T-Roy.
From the 10, it's goal to goal here, 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
Maybe now you dial up your little pass play here. Let's see. Looks like Davis is going to line up in the slot. He's going to line up left side now as Hill rolling, looking, firing. Pass is.
We got pass interference, T-Roy.
No, we got PI, but did he make the catch? I thought he was going to make that catch.
No, I think the ball was thrown too low, T-Roy. He had to dive out there, but more importantly, yes, indeed.
That's the big thing, PI.
We'll wait on the official. I'm just making it. I'm just.
Yeah, there's your call.
I'm just speculating. There we go.
So that gives you the new set of downs that you desperately want to get here.
I give you them yardage back that you gave away. Yes, indeed.
Now let's just don't be Christmas time early and give it right back.
Here we go. I tell you what, half a distance to the goal. Yes, indeed.
They have run up and down the field just pretty much unchecked all night long. Now they're trying to punch it in again here with just over 10.5 minutes left here in the contest. Give Swift, he'll cut it back inside. Be cut down as he gets pretty close there, Noble. Good job again off that left side and a nice cutback by Swift. Stayed close to his blockers.
And he stayed low also, T-Roy. Got a player down.
And an injured Rocket.
That's an Indian, right? That's an Indian.
That is an Indian,
That's an Indian from this glass I'm looking through.
Yep, you're right. I thought at first it was going to be one of the Rockets. They're going to tend to him. Let's take a quick break and we'll be back.
Know that with Apex Banking Online, you can access your accounts, pay bills, and send money to friends and family anytime. Our online banking feature gives you the advantage of secure banking right from anywhere. With our mobile app and online services, banking has never been more convenient. We're here to serve you wherever you go. Visit us in Chapel Hill or call 931-246-7105. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway.
And welcome back, injured Indian, moving off the field rather slowly, but under his own power. That's number 8. That's going to be Miller Cothran. So looks like he's going to be okay, but Noble, we're in the college pro atmosphere here. We're thinking first down after the PI. It's still 4th down now.
So only
just half the distance.
Only benefit was half the distance. So it remained 3rd down. So now it's 4th down, and this is for all of it right here, T. Roy, to make the game a little more interesting.
4th down from just outside the 2. Give trying to slam it forward and pushing his way. Did he get there? No official signal yet, and I think East Robertson has stopped him. Boy, I thought he was driving. That was Davis, and I thought he had it, Noble, from our vantage point. It looked like he turned it up the field, but nobody's really putting up much of a fight, so he must have been just short.
No, everybody who was engaged down there, they don't seem to be debating the call, T. Roy, so we way too far and looking through too much of a glass. It's not very clean to be offering any kind of retort. Yes, indeed.
I tell you, though, Noble, once again, East Robertson's made just enough plays defensively.
You think so?
Just enough. That one, the 4th down stop before.
Okay, I give you that. I had to process it. I'm glad you elaborated on it because I wasn't in agreement at first.
Give out of the end zone, just burrowing it forward, trying to get themselves a little extra room there are the Indians, and they'll get it out, looks like close to the 5.
Well, you know they're going to run the ball, and got to get in there kind of tight, T. Roy, so they're going to go with the same formula they've been going, and they just happen to be deep in their own territory, so going to be between the tackles. We just got to fill them gaps, T. Roy.
One thing, Noble, it's made this running game, made the clock and the time pass by pretty quickly. We're not even at 9 o'clock yet, and we're under 9 minutes left here after this snap. Give off the right side, and they'll pick up their first down. Once again, good quick hitter by East Robertson. And, you know, they just have such athletic talent that, boy, it doesn't take much of a crack. That's number 21 who picked up a carry here late. That's Emmanuel Alarcon, the junior.
Yes, indeed, and I'm going to assume we've been calling his cousin or brother's name Carlos on defense, number 54, all night. So that's only the 4th individual where you got the quarterback and 3. Maybe that's only the 5th person on offense to run the ball.
Yeah. Pitch coming wide. It bounced right back into his hands after he fumbled. Stays on his feet, cut back move, center of the field, tried to get there, crossed the 30 out to about the 33, 34-yard line, and that's Prince again. They haven't run him in a while, Noble, and he'll come out.
It's just talent, T. Roy, and I actually thought he was going to take the rest of the night off when he had that right foot going on, but he apparently is okay, and just out there still kind of prancing around a little bit, T. Roy.
Yeah, Coach, just give it to me. I'll pick up your first down. Come over here and stand for a while.
Hey, and bounce the ball off the turf a little bit and then keep running.
Yeah, it's one of those seasons where, you know, every time something like that happens, in a bad season it's going to go against you. In a good season it comes right back. Right up the middle, powering forward, staying on his feet. That's good, hard inside running that time. We haven't seen that a ton by Groves. Of course, with his great breakaway speed, we haven't had to, but that was a good running in between the tackles there by Groves.
And he was unable to bounce that one outside, T. Roy, so he was forced to stay right on the interior that time. And I'm going to take my hat off. That's how you come up and do it. Ryan Hill, safety back there that time coming up. That's exactly how you want to come up because that's what a free safety is all about, T. Roy.
He had a dozen tackles last week defensively, did he?
Ryan Hill?
Yeah.
Ooh-wee. Now, there's a lot of things about that. That ain't good all the time.
Right, yeah. Down the field, they're looking for a shot. Trying to run it down and to no avail. Pretty good defense back there in the secondary.
Yes, indeed. He used the boundary to his advantage, T. Roy. Forced him out of bounds that time as the official on this side had to take his hat off. So excellent job of using boundary as an extra defender for you.
Was that Tankersley?
Excellent job of cover.
Yeah, I believe that was Bryce. Good job by Bryce.
Yes, indeed. Great technique. Great technique.
They were trying to go to who else? Another Groves.
Yes, indeed. He was trying to get down the sideline, one-on-one coverage.
That was the senior Sean Groves. Pass stops after the incompletion. Back to the ground, right up the middle. Trying to break free, and Rockets that time, Hill getting a handful and trying to keep that running back from advancing it any further. Finally got some help, and they were able to stop him after a gain of about, let's say, 6. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Good job filling the hole that time. Liam Bell, number 6, also got a little sisters that time. Carson Yates that time, but great job, Liam Bell, and that's all I've been looking for all night, T-Roy. That's all I've been asking for is point of contact. Once a young man get past that line of scrimmage, he need to meet somebody with a headgear and some shoulder pads.
East Robertson keeping that clock moving as they stay on the ground. Spinning forward and very close to 1st down yardage. I think he'll have it depending on where they spot it.
Yates getting involved. That's what I'm talking about, Yates.
They go back. Prince stayed in the game. He'll come out again and did get enough for his 1st down. He said, Coach, put me back in. Give me a 1st down. I'll give you 3 more.
All nonchalant like T-Roy. Run one play and then come out.
Clock continues to move now as we approach. We'll be under 6 when they snap it again. 165 yards on the ground for Prince on 11 carries.
Those numbers are ridiculous.
What a huge night he and Isaiah Groves have had. Now the quarterback keeper up the middle across the 40 down to about the 38. And Noble, that's something a little different.
Yes, it is. That is different. Quarterback done got a little excited. That's different.
First time that we have seen Cook keep the ball.
Well, I think that may be his second carry.
Yeah.
First time he was forced to keep it,
right.
Though. Yes, indeed.
That was a designed
carry
there for Cook. Cook, another one of those seniors, and those East Robertson players have not had a great career win and loss-wise, but they're certainly making up for it here in their senior season. Back to the ground they go. Up the middle. Quick burst. And Nova, those guys are just so good. It doesn't take much of a crease. You don't have to do a whole lot as an offensive lineman to be successful for those backs.
You don't, T-Roy, and that is worth noting, T-Roy. That
could you get through a hole that quick in your prime?
I could not. Not my prime. I couldn't even visualize getting in a hole that quick, T-Roy. And I'll tell you this. I'll go ahead and be real transparent. The holes that I ran through, they was always the ones that Mr. Bob Smart was always talking about. I got to give credit to my line. I had some big gaping holes. You could run a truck through those. So I wasn't fast enough to get through them, but the holes were so big, T-Roy.
It's awful nice when you got a really good offensive line. Boy, they can make you look good as a back.
They can, and then unfortunately, I had a lineman explain that to me one time. he asked me how did my campaign work out after he left.
Boy, that's something that you take for granted sometimes. Rockets have had really good offensive line play, and that's been a large part of why they've continued this consecutive streak of playoff years.
Those big men deserve a lot of credit, T-Roy.
Gia running hard, quick burst into the hole. Groves hit down at about the 30, but really, Noble, he puts so much pressure on you because he is coming full speed when he gets the football.
Yes, T-Roy, that 0 to 60 or whatever that is, he gets to top speed quick, T-Roy. I don't know how long or how fast you're supposed to be before you get to top speed, but that young man, they get top speed rather quickly.
No, he's a sophomore.
Woo, get to call his name a couple more years, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess everybody else is saying the same thing on the opposing team on the radio and TV as well.
I don't think we'll be calling his name because I doubt they're going to be on the schedule for the next couple of years, just to be honest with you. Give coming left, across the 30, bounding forward, tried to go Superman at the 25 and ended up getting flipped down to about the 24.
They spreading the love around now, T-Roy. That's a new running back.
Yeah, Riley White, the senior. 2nd down and 4 as this clock just continues to move. Under 4 minutes here. Indians will move to 8-1 on the season. They'll drop the Rockets to 3-6. And Noble, you just got to hang on to hope that maybe Summertown can take Cascade out.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy. We got some new Rockets entering the game.
Yeah, let's see. We'll start giving them a little recognition here. As that time Cook got hit in the hole.
He got hit by one of them new Rockets I was telling you about.
Good
T-Roy.
field. Let's see who that was.
Blake Moore, number 57.
57.
Sophomore, T-Roy, just entered the game. I just seen him come in. Also on the front line there, T-Roy. We got some new fellas also on the front line there. I got a number 76. That's Jordan Bishop, right?
Yes, the senior.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
Noble.
Carter Young, number 62, right?
You're leaned out the window. out the door where you can see. I've still got the my cousin Vinny window I'm looking out here.
You're still looking through the glass. You hadn't seen me slouch down so I can see down in the glass. I got a little line that I made where I had you wipe the old wiper so you can see like 6 in the morning.
Cook fakes. Now he'll throw. Center of the field, pass incomplete. Had a guy there, Noble. Didn't look like he had much to begin with. But the great closing speed by his receiver, Sean Groves, made it close.
He certainly did, T-Roy. He certainly did exactly that. And T-Roy, I could be Drew Glover, number 64, sophomore, in on defense as well, T-Roy.
They're going to try a field goal here on 4th down. They're going to set it down at the 31. This will be a 41-yard attempt. Snap good, set good, kick in the air, and the kick is, did it get over? No. Just missed. Pretty good effort there by East Robertson, so the Rockets will take back over with 2:35 left here, and Noble just trying to make this one a little closer here.
Yes, indeed. I think it went to the left that time, T-Roy. It was a little to the left, wide left that time, but another opportunity for the Rockets. And you got some new players on offense also, T-Roy, in the game now. Andrew Winston, number 72, T-Roy. He's a sophomore. He's in the game. And Mikey Stotter's been playing most of the game. Number 64, Drew Glover, was on defense. Also on offense this time, T-Roy.
Rockets take over as they go back to the ground, just hammering it forward, and this time East Robertson able to get good penetration. Let's see who was that on? Was that? Trying to see who that was on the carry, Noble.
I was looking at something else, T-Roy, and I apologize. My eyes were on a different part of the field. I'm not able to help you that time.
I thought it might have been, was it Groenveld 17 on the carry? I'm not sure. Like I say, I'm trying to look out my cousin Vinny window here and reach around. Back to the ground. Off that left side, not a whole lot there, as we're now under 2 minutes remaining. Next week, Rockets will head to Mount Pleasant to close out the season, as they will take on the resurgent Mount Pleasant Tigers, who are going to take home a region crown.
And it was growing field that time, T-Roy, so I'm going to just assume that it was growing field on the previous play as well, T-Roy.
3rd down here.
You got Cohen Grissom in the backfield, number 25.
Grissom, the good-looking freshman, as they'll go back to the ground game, and that time not a whole lot of running room there. East just selling out to the ground game, and ball carrier taken down quickly after a gain of only 1. That's Grissom.
Yes, indeed. Grissom getting a handoff that time, T-Roy. So Coach going to get an opportunity to show some of these young men some love. They put a lot of practice in throughout the season, so they deserve an opportunity to be able to have their names called.
4th down here for the Rockets, as we're under a minute. 4th down and 4.
And entering the game, T-Roy hadn't had an opportunity to call his name all night, and I apologize. Houston Matlock, number 13. Yeah. So he's entering the game at this time as well, but we know he feels punched quite often as well. Hadn't been a lot of punch tonight.
He'll be split wide right. Play clock down to 4. And Rockets now are going to take a timeout. 35 seconds on the game clock. Let's keep it here. We will have a rather brief post-game show for you tonight, as looks like a lot of the fans have already cleared out of here, and I think they're pretty quick to get the press box closed down up here and probably not too bad a thing. It's pretty cold.
It's not a bad idea at all, T-Roy. You got the door open, you got the window open, and then you still got to pack up and walk out into the cold. So,
Yeah.
so yes, indeed. So quicker you can get to a warm car, and then, as they said, get home to a warm bed. So safe travels for everyone.
Yeah, we're going to let Ricky get in. He'll have our final stats, and we'll kind of close it out. Do want to remind you, of course, next week, more than likely the season finale. Got to have some help still. Small chance left if Summertown can beat Cascade and the Rockets can beat Mount Pleasant, that they could squeeze in as a 4, but work to do. Next week, 6 o'clock for our pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff from Mount Pleasant. Rockets moved to 3-6. East Robertson moving to 8-1. They'll work here from the gun. Hill looking, firing. Pass is caught. Was that Matt Locke?
That is Matt Locke, sir. That is Matt Locke.
Right
Yes,
there
indeed.
on the sideline. Nice little route. Good play by Hill as he made a nice throw. Good catch, so they'll get a few more, maybe another opportunity or two here.
Excellent rollout. Nice, accurate pass. Hit him right on the numbers. Matt Locke did his job.
29 seconds remaining now as the ball spotted down at the 35-yard line.
I think that's Smeet Patel. Yes, indeed.
Yep. Wide right as they turn and hand. Good penetration again by East Robertson as they'll knock the ball carrier down. Loss of a couple of yards. And that's going to be Antonio Marable. Another one of those good-looking freshmen getting a carry here late. And I don't know if they're going to be able to get another playoff. 10 seconds, clock counting here. Looks like they're not going to make an effort to get another one off, and that's how we'll close it out here. East Robertson will pick up the victory here on their senior night. Indians win by a final of 35-14. We'll take a short break. We'll be back to wrap it up after this.
You can't have it all. At Brooks Grocery, they've got farm fresh fruits and vegetables, a deli with a selection of freshly prepared favorites, Brooks specialties like Ava's pimento cheese and Adam's chicken salad, freshly made pies, cakes, and desserts. And who could possibly forget the best meat department you'll find anywhere? Great selection, online ordering, and friendly customer service. Brooks Grocery, the place you'll find your next favorite food.
Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal is to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
And welcome back. It's a 35-14 East Robertson win here on the Indians senior night. Noble, to me, score a lot closer, this game a lot closer than the score might indicate.
Yes, indeed. T-Roy, some electrifying players for East Robertson.
Yes.
Electrifying stats, but there was some opportunities there. As anybody who tuned in for the entire game, there were some opportunities there for the Rockets.
Yeah, most definitely. They worked the ball up and down the field and got stopped a couple of times on fourth down. You score a couple of touchdowns there, a whole different ball game.
And come out of the gate not too well either with that kick return there. T-Roy got off to a rough start there, and defense didn't necessarily hold up tonight. But offense, running attack, excellent job on the line there and providing blocks for the young men there. So they did a great job blocking. T-Roy, you've talked about them patching up on the line there, but those young men have done an excellent job on the line there blocking. So did an excellent job.
Yeah, most definitely did a wonderful job. And like I say, they have had a patchwork group up front and throughout this season been moving people around and you can't say enough about how they came out here and just moved the football tonight.
And as you said, we'll listen in a second to Mr. Sweeney, but you'll hear the running backs, and you'll hear all the success that they had in running the ball, T-Roy. And they ran the ball hard, T-Roy. They
did.
They ran the ball hard. There were some holes there, but they had to do a little bit of work on their own as well. But they put in some effort tonight in order to get this total that you're going to hear Mr. Sweeney put together.
Yeah, just enough big plays on the defensive side when they had to make a stop. East Robertson was able to find a way. They sell out to the run and guessed right a couple of times and ended up stopping a couple of Rocket drives, and that's a big factor in this game and why this score ends up 35-14.
Yeah, the defense showed up, and as I've had an opportunity to process it, they showed up early. So I think there was an opportunity for the Rockets to maybe put up a field goal early, and they blocked that. So the defense, they did have a few moments there where they came up clutch, T-Roy.
They most definitely did. We're going to hear from Ricky here in just a few moments. We get ready to close this one out. Of course, we'll finish up next week as we'll head to Mount Pleasant. East Robertson, they'll, of course, move into the playoffs, 8-1 now, and they'll close looking like probably a 9-1 season as they will travel to Whites Creek next week. They'll be big favorites there.
Yeah, you would anticipate that they'll be able to do that, T-Roy, and be a golden opportunity for them to make sure that they try to get everybody out of there safe and secure so that they don't come away with any little nagging injuries or anything like that headed into the postseason. But, again, not only should they be favored next week, but, again, first two rounds of the playoffs should have a relatively easy route as well.
Nova, I will say, I want to tip my hat to the players, to the coaching staff for this. It would have been really easy after the disappointing effort and disappointing loss against Cascade, devastating loss, to just pack your bags on the rest of the season. I really admire the effort of these guys to come back out here and say, you know what, hey, that's what playing for pride is all about, and they have definitely done that over the course of these last couple of weeks.
Yes, T-Roy. They've had some big games as you think about over the last couple of weeks. They've had some big games. Been right in the thick of it, and you've been able to talk about a play here or play there, T-Roy. And in sports you talk about that stuff all the time, that a play here or play there, and you just changed the whole win-loss column, T-Roy.
Most definitely. You think about it. I mean, even though it's 35-14, you say you could have won this football game with what you were able to do up and down the field. You convert a few times, you make a couple of more plays, you can win this football game. Last week, could have won that football game. Marion County could have won that football game. You start going on and on about things you could have done. It's just been, woulda, coulda, shoulda this year. That's been the theme.
It certainly have, T-Roy, and that's sports for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's sports for you. That's sports for you. And as you said, as you were talking about it, as we led into this, sports also life, T-Roy. When you start thinking about it, and you start thinking about one or two little small things not necessarily going your way, and at the end of the day, you just ask yourself, how are you going to respond to those one or two things that hadn't gone your way?
I'm sure we're about to get some interesting stats here. Ricky, final numbers.
Thank you, Troy. For the Rockets, they rush it 60. That's right, 60 times for 231 yards, 4 of 7 passing for 52 yards.
To be honest with you, 231?
Not bad.
I would have thought they would have had more than that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the last couple of drives were for just little bitty stuff, but a pretty good offense. 283 tonight for the Rockets. East Robertson, only 23 carries, but they were good for 352 yards. 23 rushes for 352. 2 of 6 passing, no interceptions for 42. Total offense 394 for East Robertson. So they won that battle 394 to 283. Individually, the Rockets, Ryan Hill, 5 carries for -5. He had a touchdown in tonight's game. Tayton Swift, nice game for him. Hard running tonight, really determined. Lots of times, almost every carry was very determined. 20 carries for 110 yards. Great game for Tayton tonight. Liam Bell, give him the game ball as well. 17 carries for 71 yards. He had a touchdown. Eli Bell, 2 carries for 2 yards. Chris Davis, 11 carries for 44. Antonio Marable, 2 carries for 3 yards. Individually for East Robertson, Colin Cook, the quarterback, 3 for 8. Zeke Prince, 11 for 165 and an 80-yard touchdown run. Isaiah Groves, 7 carries for 162 yards. He had 2 big touchdowns back-to-back of 59 and 72 yards. And a couple of pass receptions, 4 for the Rockets. Reggie Pearson on the tip drill caught 1 for 11. Levi Van Patten, 1 for 10. Liam Bale, 1 for 22. And number 13, Houston Matlock, caught 1 ball tonight for 9 yards. Great to see him in the column, in the stat column tonight. Elijah Groves had a 9-yard touchdown pass for East Robertson, and Sean Groves caught 1 for 33. Rockets, I thought they played fairly well, just gave up a lot of big plays. They're going to lose it, however, here tonight, 35-14 to East Robertson.
Thanks again. Best in the business, Mr. Ricky Sweeney. We'll head to Mount Pleasant to close it out next week. 6 o'clock for our pregame, 7 o'clock for your kickoff. For Mr. Peter Wilson, Mr. Gabe Hall, Mr. Ricky Sweeney, and Mr. Noble Mays, this is Troy Cash, and have yourselves a great rest of the evening, everyone. Once again, your final here from Cross Plains. East Robertson 35 and Forrest 14. Good night, everybody.